All right, boys and girls, welcome back to the Hell Not Hangout. This is episode 3, I think already. It's been 3 weeks. That's crazy. We're back. We have 6 people this time instead of just 3. Unfortunately, J Pro couldn't be here today, but we got some pretty fun topics today, and I have 2 new guests that y'all haven't met yet, as well as 2 others that still need to introduce themselves. So I guess we'll go ahead and start with that. Nick, if you want to go first, introduce yourself.
All right. I'm Nick, or Stainless. Captain of the University of Tennessee Knoxville Call of Duty team. I'll be a senior in the coming fall at UT, majoring in accounting, hoping to work in the esports industry for an organization or tournament organizing company in their finance department.
Adam?
I'm Adam, or I go by Advisor TV. I met Sergio through Reddit when we were going into CCL in Season 0. I go to Ohio State, majoring in computer science. Competed in both seasons of the CCL so far, and looking to the next one.
Hey, Pete.
My name is John Paul, or JP. Listen, I go by Zeus. I met the guys Season 0 of the CCL. I'm the vice president of the St. Peter's University Esports Club. I'm also the captain of the Call of Duty team. In progress.
Yeah, you guys suck.
Alright,
sorry. Go ahead.
I'll be a junior. I'm a criminal justice major, minor in esports. Yeah.
All right, Nixon.
My name is Nixon, or Lycan, Nobulus, the Crazy Gamer 05, a lot of names. So many names. I'm majoring in computer engineering, 3rd year. I met these guys through my cousin Nahian, really cool dude. Met Tooney, Millsy, the second Adam, then Advisor, and then everyone else. The way I met Serge was I shot his body in a scrimmage.
I like that.
I shot his body just playing around, then I shot J Pro's body just playing around. And they're all cool dudes. Really grateful I met them, to be honest.
All right, so we got a pretty serious topic for the second topic, so I thought we'd start with something a little lighter, a little more funny. So we're gonna play a game of 2 truths, 1 lie. So everybody has to go. If you don't know what 2 truths, 1 lie is you tell people 3 things, 2 of them are true, 1 of them is a lie, and then your friends have to figure out which one is a lie. So does anybody volunteer to go first?
I can go first.
Oh, there you go.
All right, go ahead, Nick.
Go ahead, Nick. So,
Alright.
are we guessing a lie one at a time?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
All right. I've been to Disney World 21 times. I've totaled 2 cars, and I met my girlfriend at a grocery store.
Total 2 cars is a lie.
Disney 21 times.
Yeah, Disney 21 times, bro. There's no way.
No, I think he totaled 2 cars. I think that's the lie.
I'm gonna have my own opinion about this. I feel it's like the girl. I feel it's the girl. Low key. The girl. Fuck it.
What's the lie?
I've only totaled 1 car.
So
You've
me
been
and
a-
Jack were right.
You've been in Disney World 21 times?
That's crazy.
What,
Yeah.
bro? Why?
The fact that he had that number like in his mind is what made me think it was
Like,
true.
wait, how does that work? Every single year?
That's crazy.
Oh, so it's like a family trip every
We
year.
take a family trip once a year.
Oh, okay,
That
that's
does make
dope.
sense now.
Disney
Yeah.
stuff.
How old are you?
Jesus, dude.
I'm 21.
This man.
What?
That was out of the
Old
way.
is-
No, that's why this not the one. Man, dude.
We had a couple two times a year to make up for the other ones.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, this dude didn't even know the characters out of the womb, and they take him to
there's
the
a couple
bro.
where we've gone like twice.
All right, who's next?
I can go next.
All right, bet.
Okay.
I wrote mine down because I probably forget mine. The first one, I broke my collarbone skiing. Second one, I have 3 siblings. Third, I have a scar from a heating pad on my leg.
Okay.
Shit, I ain't look at your leg.
Adam, you're a pretty Caucasian guy, so I'm assuming the skiing thing is true. I've literally I've literally never heard of you talk about your siblings ever. So if you do have siblings, then you must actually hate them. What was the last one? What was the last one you said?
I have a scar on my leg from a heating pad.
Yeah, I'm gonna say siblings. Siblings is a lot.
I'm gonna say siblings too.
That's the only one that makes sense. Like the collarbone is kind of fucking.
Well, look, all I got to say is the heating pad thing's so out there. I think it's got to be true. So it's got to be a sibling.
Yeah, siblings.
I think the skiing one is false. I think you mentioned your siblings one time. I think.
Is that everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So the lie is I broke my collarbone skiing.
Dude,
Yeah.
have you broken your collarbone at all?
No, never. My dad did. That's what made me think of it.
Oh.
He's Caucasian too, just so you know.
Black people don't go skiing, bro.
But yeah, I do have 3 siblings, and I have a scar on my leg from a heating pad.
Morgan.
That's tough.
How did that happen?
I got a Charlie horse, and then I fell asleep with a heating pad on my leg.
Oh,
That's
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's
Oh,
next?
God.
I'll go next.
Okay.
So I travel a lot. I
That's
have
the wackest thing. A lot is such a.
All right,
That's
JP,
like
go
an
ahead.
opinion-based thing. Like it's not factual.
I have 13 siblings, and Anaheim was overhyped.
That's the
That's not a
wackest
fact about-
thing.
That's not a fact about you.
Let him rock, bro. Let him rock. All right, you said you travel a lot.
13 siblings.
Yeah.
Anaheim was overhyped, and what was the other one?
I'm gonna say the
I have
Anaheim
13
one.
siblings.
Damn.
I'm gonna say Anaheim because he talks about it all the time.
Yeah, I agree. Anaheim wasn't right.
I'm gonna say 13 siblings.
As
Are
a
you
lot.
including
probably-
half?
Huh?
Are you including like half siblings?
Siblings, yeah.
Okay, that's probably true. What was the other one?
I travel
What was
a
the
lot,
first one?
and Anaheim was
Travel a
overhyped.
lot.
I know travel a lot is
I'm
true
gonna say to
because he
travel.
literally said no. He literally told us he travels a lot. Remember?
This guy lost his passport, bro. He couldn't go anywhere.
That was literally right before Anaheim, though, Adam. He's
I'm gonna
literally
say
told us he
travel. I'm
travels a
gonna
lot.
say travel.
I'm
That's
literally
that's a
telling
lie?
you, bro.
All
That's
right,
fine.
hey,
That's fine. I
uh,
don't.
So what's the lie that both of
You travel a lot.
I said,
I said
If
Anaheim.
you say
Yeah, I
you
say Anaheim.
travel to New York, then that's bullshit. That's not travel.
I mean,
about you, Shaq.
I don't know. I think the lie was probably about his siblings.
About you, Nixon.
Yo, this man came up with some.
These are some whack 3 things.
Not-
Like,
They're
like,
not great.
Like, one of it is an opinion right now.
Right?
The other one's not about him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Man,
I'll say the fucking Anaheim shit. I kind of do believe he has 13 siblings. I don't know
which
why.
one is it, JP?
Nah, I don't have 13 siblings.
Anna, you think? Wait. So you think Anaheim was overhyped?
To a sense.
Why?
Because
You literally talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Overall, Anaheim was really fun. The only thing is that we should have kind of done research on the house because, like, the quiet hours thing, like, threw me off completely. Because then, like,
We knew that going in. I don't know. If you did, but-
Well, like my thing was like, oh, we're still loud, like regardless. Like
Yeah, you
that
were
ain't stop.
so loud,
That ain't
though.
stop you from doing nothing.
You talk normal in your life.
Exactly. So,
I guess
But that was literally on the Airbnb page. I don't know if you ever saw it. But
I didn't see that.
I'll go next. I was in band in high school. My body count is over 20, and I'm a state chess champion.
All right, so
Oh,
the
you're
lie is you have
definitely-
state chess.
You're definitely not a state chess
No, I'm
champion.
doing the. I say the band one's a lie. You played baseball in high school. You don't got time for nothing else. You play baseball.
That's where you're wrong.
no, that's one
That's where
season.
you're wrong.
Wait, band could be like a fall thing.
Well, band's year round if he does like marching
Are
band.
you,
and, like,
is
you
your
can
body
go-
count including like people you do and then their network, or just people you do?
Wait, what do you mean? Like,
So
say-
like, say your body counts 3,
Mhm.
but each 3 of those had sex with 2 others.
no,
So then your
whoa.
body counts 6.
No, I mean like I had sex with 20 individual people.
Okay, that's not how we do it here, but okay, that makes sense.
What in God's name y'all got going? What in the world?
We're close to that. I'm just saying that's how we calculate it.
Whoa, bro, what?
How to calculate that?
All right, bro, what's your guesses?
Sex with one person who's been getting around and gonna have a body count of 101 or some shit, bro.
So it's band, body count, and what was the other one?
I'm a state chess champion.
Yeah, that's the
I'm
lie.
gonna say the chess. Yeah, chess.
Alright, fuck it.
About you,
I'm
Shaq?
staying with the band.
I said it was the chess. I said it was chess because I know you can do band and do everything else too. Because I did.
I'll say it's a band. I feel like you're smart enough. To
Actually, you're from Mississippi. That shit might be easy.
Yeah, I feel like they have a lot.
I'm gonna say
of,
band. I'm switching my answer to band.
Yeah, because I feel like he's smart enough to be like a chess champion.
Yeah.
But it's Mississippi, so you
Hey,
gotta
don't
have
do
a
that.
normal IQ and you're good.
I wouldn't say that.
Alabama, that's
bro,
even
that's
worse.
crazy that all y'all think I'm a hoe. I do not have a body count over 20. Bro, that's crazy, bro.
You're
Bro.
a band and a chess
Yes,
champion?
bro. I was a state chess champion.
You're a
and-
fucking nerd, bro.
Bro, in 3rd grade, I was a state chess champion, bro. They took me in. I literally didn't know how to play, and I was in like I don't know if y'all had like programs at school called ours was called Spotlight, where they put like the gifted kids or whatever.
Yeah, I was getting.
Not that kind of gifted, JP.
Oh,
But they already put like the gifted
JP
kids.
was in the
X-Men.
special.
Yeah, there's a special one, bro. But they so they put me in that and they taught me how to play chess there, and I learned for like a year straight. And then I ended up going to my 2nd regional tournament, went to state, won that. And then with band, I started off. I was so mad. They started me on clarinet, and they moved me to.
Shaq, shut
that's
up,
so
bro.
funny, bro.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
He thought everyone was gonna laugh right then, and no one else laughed, so it was really awkward.
Clarinet is funny for him. Great.
I almost said some real mean to Shaq, but I'm gonna let him rock, bro. I was some real mean. But no, they started me on clarinet, and then when I got I moved high schools and they switched me to bass drum when I got into marching band, and next year I played snare. And then they taught me how to play every woodwind instrument. So I could play every woodwind instrument except flute. I don't know how to play flute. And then I know how to play every percussion instrument. But yeah, y'all that looks so bad, bro. The fact that none of y'all said body count, I'm a little offended, bro. I'm a little offended.
Game
All
I was
right.
at 25 plus.
A little offended, but if you went with Katie right now, you'd be like, "Hey, I got a pull point yet."
No.
Shut up, Shaq.
All right, Shaq, your turn, bro.
All right, so I was recruited and played college athletics.
Bowling
That's
doesn't
the
count
lie.
as a sport.
Yeah,
That's the
bowling
lie.
is not a sport. That's it. He was counting bowling. You see his face?
No, it's actually not. My mom's name is Lakeisha,
I told you.
D3 doesn't count either.
and I have the whole Nolan Ryan baseball card collection.
Okay, that
Oh,
sounds
damn,
like
I
a
believe
nerd.
that shit.
Yeah, he's just a nerd.
The
Okay.
lie.
What was
is
the
that
second
you
one?
record-
His mom's name is Lakeisha.
He stuttered too much. He stuttered too much on that one.
Your mom's name is not Lakeisha. It's
Yeah.
Yes,
bro.
it is,
I'm
bro.
gonna say
He
the second
told me.
one.
He told
As-
me one time.
There's no way, bro.
Probably Megan.
Shaq is too racist for his
Yeah,
mom.
that's what I'm saying. There's no way, bro. Like there's no way. Actually, he's
Shaq, if you're
actually
racist, then that's like even worse.
yeah, it really is, bro. I don't. Actually, Shaq is smiling way too much, so I'm actually
Yeah.
changing my answer to.
I'm going to the athletics.
Yeah,
No,
Racist
no,
college
he was
athletics
definitely-
made me think
That's
of
the lie.
bowling.
Yeah, that's
That
what
guy
I'm.
got
No,
recruited to some D3 trash ass school.
no, he did. He got some. I think he got some offers for bowling.
D3.
He got some offers
Okay,
from
so you
bowling.
just ruined it.
You just
Yeah.
ruined
Yeah, you just ruined it.
Alright, it's the third
Dude,
one.
Shaq, you're an idiot,
It's
bro.
either second or third.
It's the third one, 100%.
It's the third one.
It's the third one.
It's the third one.
Isn't it, Shaq?
What?
It's the third one. That's the lie.
Baseball cards?
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually have all but his rookie card, so
So
That's
it's
a lie.
so that's the lie.
yeah, that's the lie.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Jesus. All right, Nixon,
Your
your
mom's
turn,
name
bro.
is Lakeisha?
Yeah, my
Uh,
mom's name actually is Lakeisha.
What the fuck?
Why are you racist?
I'm not racist, bro. I'm
You're not?
racist all the time.
Don't start
You're
with
not,
this,
bro.
I'm not racist. shit. That's
What
the-
would your
okay.
mom tell you if she found out?
That's
you
not a
had braces?
topic in the conversation, so I'll skip past it. But you need to reflect a little bit.
But
Yeah,
no,
bro.
I actually had spots at D1 teams too. Like if you're calling Alabama a D3 team, then you can call Alabama a
But
D1
why didn't you go to Alabama then instead of Mississippi
Because
State?
the
Either
rest of the
way,
program
you're
was
bowling,
trash.
bro.
And I'm bowling here now too, so
Oh.
Go
So
to
wait,
God,
so
then,
you're on the
please.
Mississippi State bowling team?
yeah, they're starting it up this year. But that wasn't the sport I actually played first in college. That's
What was
why
it?
I
You have
wanted
never
to-
played a sport in college. Let's get that
I
straight.
played. I was actually traveled and played on our table tennis team,
Table tennis.
Tennis.
like ping pong.
This guy has the wackest.
You have
sports
way
I've
too
ever
much
heard.
time on your hands, bro.
Bowling and
Get a
ping
hobby,
pong.
Jesus.
Hey, I'm actually really good at ping pong.
Hey.
Steezy Benji, Bama does have a bowling team, bro.
Either way, give up COD, bro. Play something else. God.
Yeah, just go hit the lanes, bro.
Focus
Yeah,
on your
Mom.
passions.
We'll support you
My
in
man
bowling,
said he
bro.
was a seven-
Bowling or ping pong. I don't even care what it is. Stop playing PS4.
Just don't
we'll,
pick me up, bro.
we'll support you in bowling, bro.
I got smoked in table tennis, bro. I was just happy I got on the fucking team.
Because
Christ.
no one else wanted to play that shit.
You're the only one on the team, probably, bro. No cap.
Yeah, all right, Nixon, your turn.
My shits are whack, bro. Last minute. Alright.
Hey, I was drunk when I made mine, so you're good.
Okay. Great. Hate the hospital because they almost killed me with pills. They almost overdosed me.
Mhm.
I used to be fat as fuck.
Mhm.
Once I fell down the stairs 10 times in one day.
Alright, so that's a lie.
Third one's a lie. Third one's a lie.
Yeah, 100%. Because the way you said you were just fat as fuck, like that was like you felt that. Like there was some
Yeah.
feeling behind that. There was a feeling behind that. And then the hospital one is way too specific to not be true.
Yeah.
I feel like we all had a chubby phase, but that just might be me.
I know I feel like all cop players have chubby faces, bro.
Bro,
I still
Nick
have
I
one,
was
dude.
not-
Nick is
90
real
pounds
thin.
until like
Bro.
last year.
Okay,
Yikes.
but what's the answer
I
next?
I was Shaq size, bro. No.
Yeah,
cap.
Woo!
What the fuck you trying to say?
You're fat.
You're big as hell.
Look at me now. I got muscle.
Shaped like a
Oh, my
donut,
God.
my guy.
So the third
um,
one is a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. 9
Yeah,
times.
this is
Almost
too
10.
easy.
Almost
Alright,
10.
Is it-
Mine wasn't easy. I stumped y'all, bro.
Because fucking
Yeah,
Adam
you're
got me
right.
confused. Adam got me multiplying
Alright.
over here.
Wait. I can't hear y'all.
Shit, wait, Adam, talk to
I
me
guess the
that
stream
shit
can still hear y'all though. So I guess we're good. Whatever. That's fine. No, we gotta fix this. Hold on.
again?
What shit?
3 times
talk.
2 times 3?
Hello?
Okay, so that was just an example, but say
I'm curious.
okay, say I've had sex with 3 people
Mm-hmm.
and they've had sex with 2 each.
Oh.
So then that's 3
Dude, I actually hate
plus
technology. It's crazy.
3 times 2, which is 6. So
But
9.
So you
Hmm.
technically fucked the guys that fucked her.
Damn. he rolled both ways.
I wouldn't put it that way. So your body count is 9. That's how I'd put it.
That's a weird way of.
Does that make sense?
Okay, I can hear
That's
y'all
just
again.
how we do it here.
No, that.
No,
Oh, you talking about the body count thing? That
I mean,
did not
it
make
was
sense,
mostly
bro.
like a high school thing. Like no one.
So
fucking
if a
cares
girl had
anymore,
sex
but-
2 times and you fucked 2 girls that had sex 2 times, that would be 4, and then your body count would be 6 because you
Exactly.
girls that had
Exactly.
sex with 2.
Bro, that.
That shit whack.
If you're sharing the same pool that many times, then your body count's 6.
No, it's not.
Motherfuckers will be like, my shit like 474.
Wait, so
If
basically,
someone went that far,
so basically
I mean, in
me-
high school it wasn't like that crazy because like my high school like was like not like preppy. That's like the wrong word for it, but like
Did you go
people
to-
cared about their reputation. So like there weren't that many thoughts.
Mhm. Wait,
you
so
went to
like,
public school?
What'd you say?
Did you go to public school?
Yeah, it's public.
Shit, you lucky. At
Yeah,
least there were no
that's a
thoughts.
good public
I
school.
mean, there
then.
were thoughts, but like the
Fuck.
people, like the
Damn.
I
They
don't know how
cared.
to
They
say,
were
but,
not
like,
reckless thoughts. That's
There
for
were
sure.
thoughts, and then there were like the popular kids, I guess, didn't want to be thoughts.
wait.
Probably
I
some
don't know.
nerds.
So-
We're not talking about this shit. This is not a topic. We can go back.
All right, so on to a more serious topic, I guess. So this past week, AGN came out with a tweet. I'm sure all of us saw it, that said that apparently they were starting their own college COD league. So just I want to make sure I wasn't like overreacting. What was y'all's first like initial thoughts? Because I was actually napping, and apparently everything, whenever I nap, I wake up to some shit every time. And so like I woke up to like five. I swear, like I woke up to like 5 Discord DMs, like 2 Twitter DMs, and I was like, "What is going on, bro?" And like I looked and I saw the tweet and I lost it. Like I was like, "What?" So like, what was y'all's initial reaction?
I was in a call with Mensa when I found out about it, because like I joined that. I saw there was like 30 people in the CCL waiting room, and I joined, and everyone's like screaming at each other,
Mhm.
and everyone was screaming at like Mensa, and then Mensa and like a couple people were like yelling at him back, and I had him explain, like everyone like was quiet, and I was like, "Can someone explain what's going on?" And Mensa explained what all was happening, and he explained it as like they were working together
Mhm.
with the CCL. So I wasn't like outraged by it. I was just like, well, if they're working together, I don't know, because like I hadn't seen the tweet until then. If you just seen the tweet, I can see how it's taken as they're like going to compete with us,
Right.
and that would obviously, like, none of us want to play for a competing league.
Mhm.
But when I initially heard about it, it was being explained as like they're both helping each other to both grow, which I could only see as being like a good thing, I guess.
Yeah. What about you, Shark?
I mean, I'm not. I was like, to start with, again, like I had not saw the tweet to start with. I saw like a giant group of people in general, and I went in there and I was like, okay, what's going on? But then when they told me, I was like angry. Like, you can go look at my Twitter. I tweeted a couple times about it, like indirectly.
Ain't nobody
But,
going to
Shut up, JP.
To start with, I was like, Sam's a snake. Like, after he said that, I was like, Sam's just a snake, because when somebody
That was the
says
part that I
something,
found weird, that they got.
that's
To
what
be like,
I
they
was
got
like.
launched it. I thought that's the one part I was like iffy on. Like, if it was just like the owner of AGN or somebody came out and said that, like, hey, I'm doing this. But since it was like Mensa, someone who was like a known person in the CCL that finished well in the CCL, that's what was kind of weird about it to me.
I think I even like, when I saw the tweet, I think I even messaged Sam. I was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing?
Mhm. About you, Adam?
So when I first found out about it, I wasn't like a lot of people. I didn't think there was going to be a competing league. That's not how I took it.
Yeah.
But I had a conversation with Quattro, which is like one of the co-owners of AGN. So when we were playing the AGN OQ, he actually contacted me, and I'll actually read what I said. It was a DM, so I kind of feel weird about saying it, but it's what I said. So I said, there's a lot of drama going around about the topic. A lot of people that have been around since the beginning of the CCL, like myself, are worried about the potential partnership because they want to maintain the exclusivity and feel of the league. Some people are also worried about potential legality issues on things like a prize pool. But my take is, I think it can be mutually beneficial, and I've met with Jaden in person, which is Jaybird, if you don't know, and trust what decisions he makes. And I just said, like, let me know if there's anything I can do from a player perspective to help out, because I want both companies, I'd say, to benefit from this partnership. I competed at AGN Ohio, which is one of their like LAN tournaments, and I had a good experience. Like, I have nothing bad to say about AGN or the CCL. So like, if there's a mutually beneficial like way to partner, then I see nothing against it, and I trust Jaybird, like I said. But it was weird that Sam, out of anyone, was like the one to talk to Quattro or Tony about it. It kind of seemed like out of the blue, which is like what made it worse. But
yeah,
I feel like if anyone was like the lead man, it'd be Jaden or John. So that's my take on it.
About you, Nixon?
Shit, I just found out right now because I wasn't there.
Oh.
But my, you know, fresh reaction right now. Fresh reaction. They have to do it in a specific way, in my opinion. They can't just rush into things. They have to really plan stuff. Because I feel like with young people, like we're all young, we're all young, you know. We tend to do kind of like, this is a business, that is a business. People don't like to say, oh, it's just Call of Duty. No, it's an actual business, right? I don't want things to be like rushed into because people have the mentality of just like doing stuff just to do it. They have to
Right.
really plan stuff out. And that's pretty much that. It could be beneficial, but I also see a lot of downsides to it if they don't do it correctly.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
About you, JP?
At first I hated it, yeah, because we like started this. I'm gonna just say we because like we were all basically involved in season 0, and to help it grow, I didn't do a lot, but was still involved, and like just I guess I got it. People were taking it away in a sense.
JP,
Like,
what are you doing?
What are
in
you
chat?
doing?
What? Do the chat.
Bro, my keyboard is going crazy.
Oh my god!
Like,
People on
signed up for
iTunes
spam.
listening, y'all can't see it, but JP just went on a rampage in the Twitch chat. Like,
Bro, my keyboard is going crazy.
Nah,
Jesus Christ.
that was like saying the same
I
shit
cannot
over
even
and
hear
over.
y'all.
You can't hear us?
Raise the volume a little bit more.
It's like muting and unmuting.
Oh, why is he so loud?
You're pressing
What in the world?
hotkeys or something.
No, it might be because I dropped some water, bro.
Back to your
Oh,
stomach.
Oh Lord. Well, I'll go ahead and give my my
go
opinion. Like, I'll go ahead and give my opinion. Or wait, no, you.
Wait, kick me from the call. I'm gonna restart my PC.
Just leave. You can leave.
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
can't.
Bitch, hit leave call.
Bro, what the fuck is happening?
You have a mouse. It's a mouse. Only use your mouse.
Anyways, so like I at first I'm gonna be honest, like I still like have sketchy feelings about this, like, but like it all stems from the conversation I actually had with Quattro on my DMs. So like I said, I woke up to all these Discord DMs of people like, oh my god, what's going on? Like where did this come from? Because people assumed that I knew because of Minta being the chosen admin for it.
and
and
you're
so
involved in
right, yeah.
everything.
So like I hit up JPro to see what was going on, and apparently JPro didn't even know that the meeting had happened or whatever, that a decision was
Yeah.
made. Which I think that's one of the issues right there. Like I love Jaybird to death, but like something like that like I feel like affects the entirety of the league should be like up to discretion of certain players, not all. And also the rest of management. Marco didn't even know about this.
And to be fair, Jaden like didn't make any decisions.
Right,
at
yeah.
that-
Mm-hmm.
So-
So I don't know why
Although
AGN
AGN kind of made it seem like they did.
right,
so-
that's what I'm saying. I don't know why AGN put that
Yeah.
that tweet out like
just
that.
to make just to make it more clear to other people.
So hang on, Sergio, do you work for AGN or something?
No, I don't. No, I don't. But so once all the backlash sort of started happening, Quattro actually DM'd me. I actually have some of the DMs, and I want to read a few that like really like influenced my opinion on this. So he hit me up and said everyone's bashing, but he said, "What's up with everyone bashing the AGN's college league? We're working with the CCL." But I told him that you have to be careful with how you word stuff because number one, this came out of nowhere. Like I literally got on Twitter and I was like, "Whoa! Like what just happened?"
It didn't even like say CCL in the tweet.
Right.
just
It said
making
we're having our
college
college league. Right. So wording is like
Yeah.
really important with stuff like that. And so then he says, so we went back and forth for a little bit, and then he says, I have no problem running something on my own if y'all see it fit that way. And at that point, I was like, okay, like you're not in it to better like our league, you're in it for your own like good.
He's in it to make money, bro.
Like you're in it for your own good at that point, and that's what really like made me mad. I was like, okay, like no, like we don't need you, like if you, because and he also made it seem like at that point like the CCL needs AGN, and I don't think that's the case. I think like as much as we've grown this year like on its own, without even streaming as much as we should have, is actually like ridiculous.
Yeah, this year showed a lot.
Yeah, I agree, and
but I want to add, like, that's not how he sounded to me. Like, he kind of sounded the exact opposite in my DMs. Like he's a lot more close to the CCO, and that it was mutually beneficial and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird. He was like telling.
That's just kind of weird to me. Is like they were getting two different.
Was it Quattro?
Different versions of
Quattro. You were talking to Quattro.
Yeah, he said it was Quattro.
yeah, I was talking to Quattro.
It's weird that like one person is saying like two
it's
different.
definitely a little fishy.
Yeah.
And that, the first thing that like threw me off was that it's Sam. Like, no offense to Sam,
Yeah,
but I just don't think he's like the right person to
represent
the CCL. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't have the best reputation, things like that.
Yeah, so the thing about Sam is so the whole Ole Miss like Call of Duty like Discord, we flipped shit when we heard this and we saw Sam's name attached to it, because not only is that something that like looks bad on the players because we knew nothing about it, but it looks bad on like Ole Miss, because then people are looking at us like, oh, like Ole Miss is like sketching on the CCL when we have literally no reason to. Like, the CCL has done so much for me, like my own like individual branding, and like Ole Miss in the whole, like Ole Miss Esports wouldn't be what it is. I feel like it wouldn't be as big as it is without the CCL this year.
100%.
And so like so the thing is with Sam is J Pro actually told me that Quattro told Jay Bird that Sam approached him and said that the CCL was like going down the drain and like people didn't enjoy it. So that's, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like there's more
that
hype for
changes
season
that
2
changes a
than
lot
ever.
that Sam approached him.
Yeah, Sam approached him about it and said that people were unhappy with the CCL. So that's 100% on him, and I don't know why you would say that.
Yeah, see,
first year.
From my perspective, like just hearing that, it makes it seem better for the people of AGN because they feel like they're trying to help.
Right,
But
and that's why like I
that's-
can once I heard that, I couldn't be as mad. I was like, okay, like if you hear that something's like going wrong,
but
then why not?
Why
try
would
to change
Sam have the motive to do that?
I
mean, I don't think
I,
season 1 was perfect, but I feel like it introduced like competitive to a lot of new COD players.
My
a lot
question
of
is,
people
like,
to compete.
What was AGN going to do for us? Like, are they going to run
Provide
like
a prize
LAN?
pool.
Oh,
and-
like prize pools?
I just want to
I
land,
think it
bro.
was- I think it was mostly funding and maybe a LAN.
I didn't know if they were
But-
coming in to provide like a CCL.
But there was also
LAN,
talks
like,
about a LAN before AGN was even in the picture.
We've been
Right,
talking. Me and
exactly.
Jaybird had talked about LANs back in February.
Mhm.
With Vol
And
LAN. We were
that
like,
was
next
a-
year, what can we do?
From what I've heard, that was like a that
It was
that
almost,
a very
yeah.
possibility. Like that was a good possibility, but it just didn't
Yeah.
happen. So
Yeah,
that was a possibility before AGN was even in the picture.
Yeah.
right. So I think the prize pool is like a for sure thing that they want to add.
Yeah,
and then
and
like,
they do have that funding. Like they're
But,
capable
right,
of funding
yeah.
stuff like
Here's
that.
the deal. Here's the backlash that I'd heard off of the AGN prize pool. Yeah, there would have been a prize pool, but you would have been a buy-in. It wouldn't have been a free league if AGN would have started this.
I think it'll be a buy-in.
I think that's the way it's going in either way.
Yeah, I think it'll be a buy-in no matter
From what I've
what.
heard.
And I don't think anyone minds to pay a buy-in, have a prize.
And
And
from the very
especially-
quick like googling I've done, it's like not illegal if the college doesn't pay for the buy-in.
right.
That
And
was like one Google search, so it's not.
so
very-
wait, so like our esports org is going to be able to pay for it?
It depends if your org is affiliated with the actual
school.
university.
Yeah, Sam,
So,
that's
like, for
really-
example, my
really
My
scary.
esports org is technically a club right
Mhm.
now.
Yeah, mine
so
is too.
if we pay dues to the club and the club pays for it, it's probably not illegal.
Mm-hmm.
But if your university is more involved, then it might be.
Oh, like if my
So
situation,
that's
my
tough.
club
I'm
doesn't
not. I'm not a lawyer, so
Yeah.
I don't know. It is one
Well,
Google
I'm just
search.
saying, like the best thing to come out of this, just because I know some schools are bigger with it, and like I don't even know I know Jason in the chat. I don't know what our situation. I know what our status is, but I don't know how all this ties in. But I'm just saying in general because I do know NCAA stuff, and I know we're not NCAA. But if this if it comes down to something like this, technically that could affect the school. That could get brought back to the school and affect them in other ways. But
Of course it could.
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is that's the thing. I think in order for this to actually go through and to avoid a lot of legal issues, I think the only way for that to happen is there needs to be a prize pool, but it's going to be really, really hard to do a buy-in. I don't think the buy-in thing would be able to work.
My question would be like,
I don't
my
think that
club
has
doesn't
anything to
take
do with
dues.
it. If you're making money representing your school, that's the biggest part legally.
Like, would we have to pay it back to the club? Like, if we win, do we have to give all our prize money back to
No.
the club?
What Shaq's saying is like the biggest problem legally is the buy-in. In my opinion, like
I
off
think
of
the payouts,
no
like,
law knowledge, is like the biggest problem is making money representing your school.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So like in the NCAA, you obviously can't make money, right? That's
Yeah.
the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Not paying money to buy into a tournament representing your school.
Yeah. But later on, AGN they fixed a tweet. They said that they'd be looking to work with the CCL and improve it. So I think as long as it's like a mutually beneficial, like symbiotic sort of relationship, then I think it'll be fine. I just don't want to see like, I want CCL to still like be its own brand. I don't want like them trying to change anything. I want CCL to still be its own like standalone thing and just work with AGN and like promote whatever AGN needs us to promote, I guess. So I think it'll be good. Like I said, prize pool is like almost a certain thing, I'm sure now. So that's exciting. And then hopefully as much lands as they put on, hopefully we can get a land this year. Though I guess the only issue with that would be like there's no guarantee that college kids will be able to afford to fly out to wherever to have it. So that's something.
And that's
that we
basically the
definitely have to
same
work
thing I
on.
told Quattro. Like there has to be some mutually beneficial like arrangement that benefits both companies. Prize pool is like a big one that makes the most sense. A LAN makes a lot of sense as well, but not every college kid is going to be able to fly out. I know there was like rumors that a sponsored company was going to pay for flights for everyone that qualified for the LAN this year, but that obviously fell through. But something like that also makes sense. But even if it's fully funded for a player, doesn't necessarily guarantee that all 5 can make it out. So that's a whole other issue that needs to be like dealt with.
You have to get there like early.
That makes the most
sense. You have to leave like Thursday. Like you have to leave like Wednesday night or Thursday morning to get there to play Friday.
Timing's a big thing.
And like classes and
exams. If it had to happen, it would be after summer, but that also changes for each school. So it's
tough.
It's a
But
tough
isn't there also
situation.
schools where like you can't play under their esports org during the summer? Like you can't be like, I've heard like you can't represent the
I
club.
heard somebody said, I did hear that as something
Like
brought up.
when
like,
school's
with
not
some
in
other
like
school.
when you're not in school, you can't like rep the
'Cause
like
there
the club can't play in a league when not during the school year. I heard that about somebody.
That's weird.
Can you guys hear me?
I haven't heard that.
we
But yeah, we hear you.
It was something. Somebody had a
haven't-
problem with it in the Discord at some point. I do remember hearing it. He's not just pulling that out of something.
So
I don't see how that would be a problem if it was a club.
Yeah.
If it was university affiliated, maybe.
But
it
see,
would
even
matter.
if it's university affiliated, like
Softball
baseball,
runs over the school.
That's what I was about to say. Baseball, goes till June.
Well, we're university
completely different
affiliated,
than-
and like they don't really care like what we compete in. They just impact. They encourage us to compete
your
more.
school is like it's very good in that it's like very
supportive.
Yeah,
Our school
supportive
hates
is a
the
good
fact that we
word for
exist.
it, but I feel like your school is like a kind of anomaly. Like not a lot
Oh,
of
yeah, 100%.
schools like represent
recognize
esports
this.
as well as Ole Miss does.
Yeah.
So.
Mhm. And we're still
feel
like fairly new at it too. Like there's plenty of schools that are like really, especially like West Coast schools, like they're wild with the like esports like
We had to,
facilities and
We had
everything.
to pull teeth to get that venue for Vol in. Just to get the venue for the 2 days.
My bad, JP. What were you saying?
You're fine. So I feel like for the CCL, since like everyone wants to take it, I guess, to the next level, it would have to kind of force schools to, acknowledge them and put them not as a, I guess, however it is, so that they can have access to like school funding. Because like my school is kind of going that way. Like right now we're just a club, but we've been talking about having like contracts and stuff, because our like League of Legends team right now is like the most serious one, and like they're planning to do scholarships. Obviously the League of Legends people are going to get it first, but we're putting in like certain GPA requirements, having to sign like contracts and stuff so that we could use that money. And another thing would be like, because I think John was talking about like entry fee, and I forgot how much was it that he said, and I told him that it was like too little because it wouldn't make sense. Because if I think he said $50, so say first place, whoever wins playoffs wins $1,000, right? The team obviously has to get, say they get 700, and then the rest goes to CCL. Then schools would want part of that, and then whatever it is. And since you can't get money, it would have to go towards a scholarship. And as a scholarship, for example, me, if I won, I'd get that money right back because I'm already school already pays for everything. So you would just get it as a refund check. So that's like a way that you could get it without the NCAA getting involved. You know?
I don't know. I think
Seems like that seems very abstract to me. Like I don't know. I think it all depends on how your university is affiliated with your esports program.
Mhm.
Like
It
what
would
level your
certainly
club's
cut
at.
down a lot of schools because it would force schools to acknowledge you and give you funding.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited. I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
I think this will be good for exposure, and I think this will definitely bump up the competition too. Now that more people know about this. So I guess we'll transition into top 5 CODs of all time. So I hope everybody has their list. So we're gonna go through. You'll give your top 5, and you'll say like why that list is the way it is. So who wants to go first? All right, I'll go first.
All right, yeah, I'll go second.
Okay, so my list is completely based on like how much I enjoyed. Dude, 1 second. Somebody else go while I wait on me.
So I'll do mine. So my first one I put as Modern Warfare 2 because I started playing it at my friend's house, and that's how I got into COD. And then for my second one, I put Advanced Warfare because that's when I actually started playing competitive, and that's when I found out about competitive, and I put a lot of time into that. My third one was Infinite Warfare because that's when I started doing like pro points and stuff. I didn't play BO2. So Infinite Warfare. And then World War II, because I met you guys, and then Black Ops 4.
Wait,
All of this.
And that was
so you said World War II is your number 2?
No,
My
number 4.
4.
He did it other order. He did 1 was Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
So you said there's no order with that list.
So Modern Warfare 2 comes first because that's when I played COD. AW was when I found out about competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So I played it more. But I was still behind because I had a PS3. And then my third one was Infinite Warfare. And I put the most time into that because that's when I got a PS4. World War II, I met you guys and I started playing pro points and stuff. Like I switched from like a casual competitive player to like I guess more serious one.
Mm-hmm.
And then my fifth was BO4 because it took me to Anaheim and all this stuff, you know.
So no Black Ops 2 on that list?
He
Nah,
hasn't
because
played
I
it.
didn't play it.
Oh, you didn't play it? Oh, okay. See, that makes sense. That's understandable. Yeah.
you would have played that shit. You would have loved it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
I'll go next.
Okay.
So number 1, I'm gonna go 5-1. Okay. So number 5 for me would probably be actually like COD 4.
Really?
Yeah, because so that COD 4 was the first one I ever played, and like that started out like it would be me, my brother, and my uncle just sitting in the basement at my grandparents when I was like 7, and like when
Did your
we would go
uncle
to our
touch you?
grandparents.
What is wrong?
Sorry.
Anyway, when I was like 7 or 8 years old, me and my brother and my uncle would go down there and play Modern Warfare.
I can't with
And
this,
I just had fun playing. Like, that was the first one I started.
Oh my god, dude.
And then
God, Adam is gone.
Yeah,
bro.
Adam's gone, bro. We lost him, bro. Oh my god, dude.
Sorry, go ahead.
Number 4 would probably be Black Ops 3. And that was, I will flat out say that's the only game with advanced movement that should have been made. The other ones were trash, in my opinion.
Whoa.
Don't add me.
Whoa.
I hated
You
it.
are not gonna
Whoa.
disrespect Advanced Warfare like that.
I hated Advanced Warfare. I played
ass.
No, I played a
Advanced
lot of
Warfare
it.
is
Listen,
so
I
good,
played a
bro.
lot of Advanced Warfare. That's when I first started my YouTube channel back in the day, sniping stuff. I hated it though. Like I hated it.
Yeah, moving target though.
Right. Yeah. Were you good at the movement?
What the movie?
Hell no.
Exactly.
Can't even moving bits on the ground.
I feel like a lot of people that hated AW was because they couldn't keep up with the movement. Like I feel like it actually took skill.
No, AW definitely had. I'm not gonna sit here and act like AW was like the perfect game. Like the TTK was way too quick in that game. Like I was an ASM1 player, and I knew that I killed people way too quick sometimes.
I'll tell you the number one reason I hated it. The number one reason I hated it is because I dropped so much money into that game trying to get the doctor.
Oh my god.
The Moore's doctor, and I never got it.
So you were using weapon variants.
Huh?
You were using weapon variants.
Tried.
Every sniper and trick shotter in the game was using weapon variants. What are you talking about? Every trick shotter was running around with a silver bullet, trying to shoot through everything, and every sniper was running a doctor, bro.
That's a yikes for me, dog. All right, what's your next one?
Number 3 would be Black Ops 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
Just because, like, it's a. I actually like Black Ops. I've not had a Treyarch game disappoint me. Like, so. Number 3 was Black Ops 4. Number 2, Modern Warfare 2.
Skip 3.
No, 3 was Black Ops 4.
4 was Black Ops 4. What'd you put number 4?
I literally said
AW, and then the first one was BO2.
No, he said he hated AW.
I said
He said Black Ops 3 was number 5, and then he said number 4. He said.
I said
Modern
Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
COD 4. COD 4.
Oh, yeah.
And then
All right, go ahead.
Two being Modern Warfare 2, because that's the one like we would go over to the neighbors and play all the time. We would go every afternoon after school and play Modern Warfare 2.
Folks had one S-box on the whole block.
Alabama, bro.
We had our stuff, but like we wanted to play with our friends, and at the time, like that was before our parents started letting us play like online, so we just had to go over there and play.
Mm.
And
So you played 1v1s, huh?
No, we played. Well, we played like we had like 5 or 6 people.
You were still getting smoked back then too, huh?
And then number 1 was Black Ops 2. Just because like, I felt like that game never got old. I could still go play Black Ops 2 now. I had so much fun in that game.
I still do play Black Ops 2.
Understandable.
Yeah, you can on Xbox One.
Wait, what?
No,
what
no,
was
I'm
the
not
main
talking
aim?
No,
on
he's saying
Black
like he
Ops
still
2?
had fun on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
The hackers?
Dude, there was so many.
that thing's infested with hackers now.
Look, you just gotta learn how to hack with them, bro.
What?
What?
No, bro. Anyways.
Move on.
Dude, no, the Shack was
Wait,
hacking.
quick question, just because I wasn't around. What was the main aim on Black Ops 2?
M8 or the KN. The KN was
I thought I've seen the KN.
yeah, the KN was nasty, bro.
Foul.
Don't forget about the foul, yeah.
They got rid of the foul though. Remember?
But
At the beginning, that shit was
like
nasty.
broken.
The foul got
the
put out with
KN too.
quickness.
You weren't allowed to use the KN.
The
It
foul was
banned.
broken.
Bro, I remember Clay
Like
throwing
select
those
fire or
pieces.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
those pieces going
I remember
Alright,
Glacier with the
alright.
crossbow hitting the van, bro. Got a 3-piece.
Yeah,
Is that your 5?
that's
I can do mine.
Good.
Number 5, I put Black Ops 4
Mm-hmm.
because of the CCL and stuff, and just playing with a bunch of people like consistently that I enjoy playing with.
Right.
Number 4, I'm gonna put Black Ops 3 because I put the second most time into that game, and I watched every event that in that game, and master prestiged and got diamond on almost every gun.
Mm-hmm.
3, I'm gonna put Modern Warfare 2. That's when I really got into Call of Duty, just playing like Rust 1v1s, dodging noob tubes.
Yeah.
And then number 2, I'm putting Advanced Warfare because I put the most time out of any Call of Duty into AW. I found Optic during AW.
Same.
I got into competitive in AW. I can still play AW and have a blast. And the ASM one's like my favorite gun of all time. And then number 1, Black Ops 2. Because I played it casually when it came out. Then I went back to it. It went backwards compatible on my birthday. So I went back to it and played it for like a month. And it's just, the MSMC is just the most fun of all time to use.
I feel like, yeah. BO2 was good because of the leap like mechanic and shit.
Yeah,
it was
like
actually-
League still works on it. It's just you can't get placed.
Yeah,
You can just
I
play
used
like
to-
your preliminary games or whatever they're called.
I will say like the way the ranking, like the first rankings worked, was like kind of woppy. Like you can win every match and you can get placed in platinum and not masters and shit sometimes. But like it was fun. That game was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Like they're just fun. That one was just fun
It
to
was
play.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go. So number 5, BO4. Just because a lot of people get BO4 a lot of hate, but like honestly, like I get on the game, like and as much as I say like I hate this
I
game,
can
this
still
game
play it
sucks.
and enjoy it.
Like yeah, I enjoy it. Like I genuinely like throughout the CCL season, like okay, World War II season, it might have also been because my team was really good this year, but like I literally hated getting off for scrims. Every time I got on a scrim, I was like, oh, gotta play this game again. But like BO4, I actually really enjoy getting on. Like anytime somebody asks me to play, I don't like sigh because I don't want to play the game. Number 4 is actually Modern Warfare 3. I put a lot of time. I put a lot of time into that game. I was like a sniper back then, and like the MSR was just so much fun to use. I really like the maps. Number 3, MW2. It was actually my first online multiplayer game like ever. And so it really like hit me off in terms of like gaming, and like I just really love pub stomping in that game. Like the amount of mini games that people came up with, like Mike Myers and like Infected before they made it an actual like game mode. It was really fun. And BO2 is my number 2 just because I feel like it's still to this day like the best competitive, or I think it's the most well-rounded COD of all time, and I put a lot of time into it. Like Shaq said, I feel like I can still go back and play it and still really enjoy it. And then number 1 for me is actually AW. I put the most time into that Call of Duty. It was the first jetpack game. It was really like polarizing, but I felt like it was one of those games that a lot of people appreciated after the fact. It definitely had its issues, but I'd give it a lot of credit. Number 1, it introduced probably my favorite COD game out of all time at Uplink. Uplink was so much fun, and it was so much fun to watch.
Playing AW was so much fun.
Yeah,
bro.
it was literally some of the most fun I've ever had playing COD. The game mode was actually ridiculous.
Personally, I liked it in Black Ops 3 better than any of that.
No, Black Ops 3 Uplink
No.
was kind of whack with all the wall runs.
Yeah, it was not as good as AW's.
The dash just added a whole different mechanic to.
And then, like,
you literally get
what-
across the map in 2 seconds.
And then when people like
That was
figured
so
out,
fun.
people figured out you can like intercept the ball. I remember the first interception watching it
Like
on
TJ
stream. Yeah, it was
on,
TJ Alley, bro. When he played on Stunner, and
Yeah,
he
in
intercepted the
Orlando.
ball. I remember people just going crazy in the Twitch chat when that happened. So
He intercepts.
I'm jealous of all
runs
you
up
guys
right
like
street.
knowing competitive COD for this long.
yeah, bro. You
Yeah.
got to go back and just
You
watch
gotta watch
like
that
watch
Stunner
every
game.
watch every
Well, I
like
will-
champs like
I will
grand
say,
finals or
Watch
something.
the UMG Orlando and AW highlights.
You definitely
It's like-
need to watch. You definitely need to go back and watch X Games from AW though too.
Oh, that was so.
Oh yeah, AW.
X Games.
was-
X Games. I will say I hated AW. I like to watch the game, but that was my favorite event to watch of all time.
The
Was X
layout
Games.
was like so whack in like BO2. Like they had the gameplay like in a corner,
box.
like
Yeah.
a box, and then they
Mhm.
had like other. I don't.
Yeah,
I
it
wasn't
was
around
weird.
back then,
It's
but
the contractor- it's
I'm
the
sure that was good
contractor
like at the
now.
time, but like
Yeah.
seeing stuff now, it's like a lot different, obviously.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I missed the
Yeah.
Optic and Phase rivalry.
But yeah, AW was my bread and butter. But like I
Honestly,
even like the
Phase
maps,
rivalry throughout AW is great.
even with the idiot, shut up. Even with the maps, I really enjoyed the AW like competitive maps. Detroit was really fun. Retreat,
Solar,
yeah, Solar was really fun. I don't know. I just
BioLab.
overall just really enjoyed that game. Like I haven't went back and played it like since it was in like its cycle,
Let's do it.
but
Let's have a tourney.
I definitely enjoyed that game. So that's my list.
I'm having an
AW
AW
was the
tourney. I've
COD
decided.
Adam and Nixon.
Hi, Adam. Rock paper scissors, bro.
You can go first, bro.
Thank you. I pull up my phone. Shit about to be a long list.
A long list. It's 5.
I.
You got a paragraph for each one.
No, give me a sec. I would like to say, people be hating on Ghost. I personally, competitive Ghost
hmm
was fucking. I've always been a Dom player. Like in competitive, I used to like Dom and shit.
Yeah.
SMP and Ghost was also good in my opinion. The capture, all these fucking other game modes, like what was it?
Blitz was
Blitz,
fun, bro. I actually
Blitz
enjoy
was
Blitz.
aw-
Yeah,
I've
Blitz was
seen Blitz
good.
played, and it actually looks lit. Like
It
I
looks
feel
lit.
like
Dude,
I
yeah,
could play
Blitz,
that game.
dude, Blitz
There's
was
way too
fun.
many-
I feel like
dude.
I'd like that more than Control.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
Blitz
I'm
is
telling
really
you,
good.
you would have liked it, Adam. Blitz was really fun.
Like Control or Blitz was like, I feel like
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
very like strategic. Like there's
You
You
can
can have
hide.
so many different like
Yeah.
play styles in it, like
Yeah.
very aggressive or very defensive or like split. I don't,
Yeah,
I
and
don't
what
know.
I-
Really goes from like you can kill.
I
in,
didn't
like,
play it or watch it, but like from a third party, like
What
that's
I
what
what
I
I
see.
bullets
really
you get
enjoyed about
punished.
it was that it made you like it's the one game mode besides maybe CTF, but CTF didn't even make you do it as much, where you like really had to keep track of who was on the map and
It
where
was,
they were at all times.
off spawn.
Yeah,
You get
like-
capped instantly.
right.
You had to get
Yeah,
in
and
and
World War
Mhm.
II, I did the same thing. Like you tracked who was up, and
Right.
because there was a respawn delay, right? So it was a lot easier. And I'm
Yeah,
guessing there wasn't. much to
IGOs were so important in that game
There
mode.
wasn't
That's how
like
I
a
really
big
liked it.
respawn delay in Blitz, was there? It was like 3 seconds on Blitz,
it
2 or
was-
3
it was-
seconds.
It's like 2.5.
But either way, like it's a game mode that requires you to track it versus
Right.
like hard
And in
point.
Ghost, you can just punish
Yeah.
people. for,
Hard
like,
point's way too quick to be able to like
Yeah,
keep track.
that stuff
Yeah,
in
yeah.
mind. Yeah,
Only thing you
can't-
keep track of in that is like who's close to streaks, maybe, and even that's
Yeah.
iffy sometimes.
I think Control was probably the worst competitive game mode that's been in COD.
No, I think I don't like
Nah.
CTF. I don't
Yeah,
like CTF.
I
I
like
think
CTF a
domination,
lot.
domination, bro. That should not be in competitive
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I'm sorry.
But I will say I haven't watched like I used to watch some like competitive Ghosts, but like when everybody was talking about Blitz, like I knew how it played, but I forgot like how the pros played it or whatever. So I went back and actually watched some Blitz like just a couple of weeks ago. I don't even remember who it was, but it was on like it was literally watching 3 people. Like the map I saw, it was literally watching 3 people on 3 people fight one place. And then one other person just running around the outskirt of the map, hoping they didn't see the one person on the other team, just trying to get the points the whole time.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a lot of sneaky caps in
Yeah.
that game. That's why
Yeah.
you had to like, you know.
That was
Yeah,
honestly some of the best moments where like people that would like sneak through the entire enemy team and like
Yeah,
get
I
a
feel
cap.
like that could lead to a lot of like lit plays.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
yeah,
pretty.
Yeah. Remember
It
the
felt like
scum?
I was.
Yeah,
Scum
yeah.
3-piece bottom gas.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Obligation
Yeah,
To cap it. Yeah.
yeah.
But that's some of my favorite moments right
Yeah,
there.
It
That's what
felt
I'm
like
saying.
I was always
Go ahead,
watching
next
a
one.
3v3 and a 1v1. Like,
Go ahead, next one.
What wasn't say but yeah, I enjoy Ghost. I enjoyed domination in that game just for the reason that the Vector was just that gun was just stupid sometimes. But like I enjoyed domination, I enjoyed Surge. Blitz was fun, and that game was just competitively was good. Pubs were fucking trash in that game. Like it was horrible.
Mhm.
The next one was be NW2. I spent so many days in that game. I remember just grinding for no reason. I was trash at that game. Like I still enjoyed it. I just used to snipe. I used to be one of them like fucking snipers. Never hit a fucking quad feed in my life, but I was just fucking trying. Shit. And then I'll say is AW. That's when like everyone started like really like with like the pro
I feel like
scene.
AW was popping like
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
YouTube
Everyone
and
wanna-
everything.
Yeah, you can go in game chat in some of the games in S&D or whatever, and like even the competitive thing. You heard people say, "I want to do this. I want to be a professional. I want to do this and that."
Bro, and they had like
Yeah.
esports skins like in like the
Yeah.
first 3 months. There's a denial skin because they won champ.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That was-
I didn't even
that's it.
say that, bro.
then the
AW
Optic
hands
X
down,
game.
Object X
Bro.
game skin.
bro.
That was
Honestly, best AW had the
Customized.
best customization out of any
Yeah,
Call of Duty,
absolutely.
and people refuse to give it that credit. But no Call of Duty did
I'm
customization
still
like AW
chasing
did.
the optic gear. I've still never got the optic
Yeah.
gear.
The only one that did that
I have a whole
before that, but like they didn't do armor sets or whatever,
Right?
right?
Yeah.
AW did everything. like,
Everything down to the shoes.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah.
You can
And then
customize
Yeah.
BO3 did the camos. The camos were alright, but like those fucking camos and like the
Team
the
camos
skin
in Black
packs-
Ops 3 were alright.
Yeah,
the
they
World
weren't
War
the
II
best.
camos were ass.
Yeah,
you
those
can't
were-
show it off that well too.
AW was nice. Like everything in that game was like very
Like
like
if you see
you had
somebody
nice
with optic gear
colors.
running at you, you can tell.
you had to grind for shit sometimes. Like if you wanted like a certain like suit or whatever, you actually had to grind for it.
There's
Mm.
some
it
like
was
their
fun
challenge
setting.
ones too. Like you just did
Yeah.
challenges and you got cool outfits.
Yeah, that was.
It
I
gave you
spent
a
lot of
reason
to
time
play
on
the
that shit.
game.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what I
reason
hated.
to
I
play.
just hated having to drop. Like I pulled. I know
You don't
some
have to
of-
spend money.
Yeah, you didn't have to spend
Had
money.
to
Bro.
to get some of the like guns and stuff. You had to.
No,
Oh, no,
all
you
the DLC
didn't.
guns were ass.
As long as you played a
It
lot,
wasn't DLC gun. The weapon variants of the guns, bro.
You did not have
but
to.
also-
You did not have to buy
also,
supply drops
like-
to get weapon variants.
yeah.
I mean, I got the Obsidian Steed the first day the game was out.
Like
Yeah, I got that
I
Inferno.
pulled a total of probably 10 Battle Infernos and never got a Morse Doctor.
Bro, I literally had the Speakeasy, the Magnitude, the Inferno, the Obsidians. I had all of that just by grinding the game. You didn't have to pay
Yeah.
for supply
Yeah.
drops.
Yeah,
What about that other ASM1 variant that if you
Tried.
put
the
certain,
Inferno.
No,
I think it
come on,
was
try
that if you put certain attachments, it was better than the Speakeasy. Like if you
Oh
put,
yeah, there was the green variant.
The
Yeah, I know what you're
Magnitude.
talking about.
Yeah, it was the
Nah,
Magnitude.
it was like blue. It was like blue. I remember.
No, it was a green. It was like white.
Green.
It was like it had a default white camo on it. I remember
Oh,
using
I
it.
don't know.
It had like
'Cause if
increased
you put like
damage, but it didn't
extended
have the
mags, yeah,
extended
it
mag.
didn't drop. It didn't drop damage or something.
I can't
like
believe they
accuracy.
allowed that stuff in the competitive playlist. Like that was actually
Hell
mind blowing,
yeah.
and
Honestly,
they
it was so
never took
fun.
it out. No, it wasn't,
Because
bro.
then, no, yes,
No.
because then
No, it
people would
wasn't.
get serious about it. Yes, because the
I'm
game
serious
would
about it
start.
regardless, but I'm not taking it serious if I'm literally getting smoked
Yeah.
by a little Timmy using a speakeasy,
No,
bro.
no, no,
Like,
but
Yeah,
listen.
that should be.
what, bro?
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. When I used to play it with like my clan, we would
Oh
all start
no.
using. Wait.
They let you into a clan. You're
Wait.
trash.
Let me tell you this right now.
Oh.
Even though I played on PS3, my clan was the most famous one on PS3.
Okay.
And AW.
No one
yes.
played on PS3.
Wait, what was?
I'm
What was
just
your
saying.
thing?
What was the
Everyone was
name
on
of it?
next gen.
It was
Yeah,
like
is
the number one clan, something
What's the
like
name?
that.
The
It was
name
like
was
number
somebody-
one, something like that.
So your clan was number one because it was named the number one clan.
They changed it. They changed it like 2 times. I forgot the original name. But
This guy's
like we
lying
got.
now.
That's a
No,
yikes
I
for me,
swear- I
dog.
swear to Bob.
It
I
was like
swear
the
to
Clan
Bob.
Wars. It was remember the Clan Wars.
No.
back in the day?
I swear
remember
to
Clan
Bob.
Wars
bro.
back in the
I
day.
remember Clan Wars in AW.
Yeah,
It's
and
probably
it
like
was
the number
fun,
one
man. It was fun because when you would play League play, we always start with like regular guns, no variants. And then since a lot of people were like in PS3, not a lot of people were like on Discord. There was no party chat, so everyone would just be in game chat. So you could talk shit to the enemy after like a round was over, So you would just, if they started using the variants, you just talk shit to them and tell them that they made a mistake and shit, and that we're gonna pull out variants, and it was fun, man. I liked it. I
Yeah.
liked it.
I can see that.
I can see that, but like when I'm playing like by myself and getting on and like
I didn't play with people in AW.
Somebody
I
that
played
started
solo
taking
hardpoint
competitive,
pubs for a
like,
year.
somebody that started taking competitive seriously at that point, like I don't want to get on and not play the same game that the pros
Yeah.
are.
I'm gonna be honest.
You have to
with
play like
y'all.
GBs or something just to
Yeah.
get that.
I wish, like, if they bring one thing back, and I hope it's forced. I wish they would bring back forced game chat and search.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
They
that-
can't
it only works
force
if your
you to
mic plugged
chat.
in. It only works if your mic plugged in. If we're on Discord, it doesn't
Yeah, that's
work.
true. Yeah, there's too many
Oh,
avenues
oh,
now. That's
too
true.
many.
Everyone uses TeamSpeak and Discord.
Right? Yeah.
No, I'm just meaning like for like
The only people who use game
Casual
chat are people who
players.
want to talk to
That-
shit.
Yeah, but like it was
They-
like
That doesn't make sense.
he's trying to say in the point. I'm gonna defend Shaq for once in my life. He's trying to say more for like the YouTubers and shit that used to do like back in BO2 with the.
You ever heard of Eugene Yackle? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I've
not
heard of this.
Yeah, so he's trying to like with like the side of the content creators because
Yeah.
people love reactions. No, if you play and you play COD,
Yeah.
it's only about gun skill and shit.
But they can't force you to plug in. a
Right,
mic.
that's what I'm saying. That's
you
that's
don't
what it
have-
comes
you
down
don't-
to.
You don't have to plug in a mic if you don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Mute yourself. But like,
You
I
just
feel
mean-
like, I feel like it should be forced game chat, like Black Ops 2. Like, if you're gonna talk
Switches,
while
yeah.
you play search through the console, you should have to. Be
Oh,
in
you mean you
chat.
can't be in like
Yeah.
party chat during?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
you
yeah.
switches,
yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Okay.
But I think what I'm trying to say is more and more people are like finding other avenues to communicate. Like they're using
Well,
Discord,
yeah,
using
like,
that
chat.
wouldn't work.
The competitive
That would not work
scene,
these
yes, but
days.
not the
That's
the,
still-
like.
No, I know
If there's
plenty of
any
pub
party
players. I
going
know
on, it's
plenty of
most
pub
likely
players.
not
Yeah,
gonna
there's
be
a lot of pubs.
party chat.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
People
people
hate
have
party
like
chat.
computers now too.
Anyone
Yeah,
that has
yeah.
a mix amp is able to communicate
Mhm.
through a
There's a lot-
PC.
Yeah,
Right.
because
Exactly.
there's some pub players that be taking pubs serious. Like they want
Yeah.
they want to hear shit fast and everything, and they like listening to music sometimes. And the
Right.
Discord, Spotify,
Yeah,
shit's
I feel
trash.
I like agree in the sense like
Yeah,
shit talking S&D like that shit's like
contents
funny,
and
but
everything. Yeah.
that's like
I'm
it's
not
gone. Like
necessarily
that's
talking
probably
about
not gonna
shit
happen
talking.
anymore.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about like that was some of the funnest times I've ever had. Like the most fun times I've ever
Yeah,
had.
because
Yeah.
you got to
Because
call
I
it.
got in a level. I remember getting to a lobby with Eugene Yackle, and this this dude. Go look him up. He
Yackle.
was a former YouTuber. He used to have a couple of videos with like Speedy Up.
Yeah, he used to roll
Yeah.
KR Speedy, you know.
Like this man would get up there and he had like this like the deepest voice I've ever heard, and the Tarantula song. This man got in there and was like, "Hey, I want to hear a song." And he sounded about like that. And started singing the damn Tarantula song, bro, and I died. Like I was laughing so hard, bro.
That was Shaq's favorite phase because he got to call people the N word in game chat, bro. Shaq felt so empowered, bro.
Hey,
And
that's on
like, if
stream.
you got in there sniping in S&D, and somebody started talking shit, you was settling that on Nuketown like the old days.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, Shaq is all you're good at.
Bro,
Actually, you still lose as that, so never mind.
All right, we gotta let Nixon finish his list.
Oh yeah.
Y'all
Go ahead.
talking over my shit. Shit.
Sorry.
He's
Alright,
not gonna hard carry us anymore, Adam.
no more
What?
50s. No more 50s.
He's
bitch.
not gonna carry us anymore.
No more 50s.
Nixon?
Yeah.
No, Adam be carrying. What do you mean? Let me finish the list. Yo.
Go ahead.
I said that, and I said okay. I'm gonna say NW2. I said NW2. I'm gonna say BO3. Honestly.
Wait, what
I-
number is
Is
that?
that number 3?
No, that's number 2. I already
Okay.
said
Okay.
that's number 2. I'm gonna say BO3 because I had probably the best time just like grinding like random shit. We did wagers, we did the UMG playoffs back in the day. They actually had a prize pool and shit. You had to actually be top 32, and then we always try to do that. We always got quarterfinals, and we got fucked by some Almond and Havoc. I got fucked by Havoc many times in that fucking game. It was really fun. Like I enjoyed that game, S&D wise and everything. It was really fun. I had some of the best friends. Like most of y'all know, like the little shit talker Lunars, Scylla and.
That guy had to be like 12 at that point.
Yo, that
That's all-
motherfucker was like 13.
In
Yeah.
Black Ops 3, I enjoyed it because I felt like there was a lot more stuff to watch.
Yeah. I like the camos in BO3. Some of the camos that you got from like the thing, like the icy one on the
I've heard good
Oh yeah,
things
the
about
camos
BO3
are really
Yeah.
good.
the camo. So like
Yeah.
I was a pub star back in the day. Like I still am. I can't play BO4 pubs for shit, bro. It's just annoying.
But you
the-
get all
like,
the shit maps. You get like
Yeah.
Sandstorm, Arsenal.
yeah, but BO3 had like really good,
Don't
really
sleep
good
on
maps and everything.
Melissa.
But yeah,
Militia's lit. That map's great. I love that map.
Go ahead,
That
Nixon.
shit's trash. And yeah, the last shit is BO2. You know, all time favorite COD. I used to shit on everyone, like Ian, all these fucks. Easy
But-
kills, bro.
So some games that got snuffed. So nobody like Black Ops 1, bro.
Adam hadn't even.
Oh yeah,
gone
Adam
yet.
hadn't gone yet.
I haven't gone.
But Adam hasn't even played 5 cards.
Yeah, so I was gonna, before I said my list, I feel like my list is like not as qualified as a lot of the people in this call because
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing COD for probably longer than anyone in this call, but I've taken a lot of breaks.
I did that too.
And I didn't play competitive until last year, so I'm
Right.
very, very new to competitive.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but you're still
But-
a beast.
Bro, this man.
That's
be
'cause you're
calling out
trash.
certain Stuff, yo.
But okay, so
You're right. When
through-
you play good people, you trash.
I'll go.
Damn, yo, hit you with that.
Say that
shit.
again.
I said when
Uh-oh.
you play good
Hey,
people, you
Adam's
trash.
plays higher
JP,
on
why
lane than
couldn't
you,
you
bro.
find a land team, bro?
Hell,
Oh.
I placed higher than JP, bro.
Uh-oh.
Listen,
Okay, my number 5, NW3. I like grinded pubs in that game. I loved like
That shit was fun, too.
the specialist.
God, I don't want to play Adam with an
Not
ACR.
specialist, but
Oh hell no.
was
This
it special-
motherfucker in the heady.
what was the kill
Those
streaks
perks?
where you got
Yeah,
all
specialist,
perks?
you got all the perks,
Was it
yeah.
special?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
shit, and I love like grinding for Moabs. I played that game a lot. Watched a lot of like YouTube videos and shit. My 4th one, BO1, Black Ops 1. So I would give some love to that game.
Yeah.
That's the game where I still play pubs. I obviously didn't play competitive, but like that's the game where I actually like took it serious and wanted to be like the best I could, even though I was still playing pubs.
Wait, Adam with a FAMAS is a scary sight,
Yeah,
bro.
I love the
This guy
FAMAS.
was
Adam with
watched,
any
like-
going on, bro.
Yeah,
That's,
Adam any
that's when I
era,
started
bro.
watching like Woody's Gamer Tag, Mark of J,
Mhm.
T Martin, like shit
Yeah.
like that. Like that's when I like fell in love with COD.
Mhm.
So I gotta give love to that game. Number 3 was COD 2. That's the first COD I
Bro,
ever
the
played.
campaign in COD 2 was
I played it on
lit.
PC. I was probably like 7 years old when I played
Hey,
it.
wasn't there
But I-
tanks in multiplayer on that game?
I played it with my dad. Like my dad had a clan,
Mhm.
and like I played with my dad and like
God,
all his
Cuz this
friends.
kid's
Like,
blood.
that shit was so much fun.
Oh,
It was
what?
on
I wish I could
PC.
play
Like
with my
there wasn't
dad.
even like public matches. Like you had a server list. You didn't even pick like team deathmatch. You picked like from a random server. I don't know. That's when I very first played COD, so I had to give some love to that.
I played that one too. Wasn't there tanks in like multiplayer on that game? I could have sworn there
I
was
don't think
tanks.
so. I just
I only
remember
played
there being
S&D in
like.
COD 2. I
I'm
don't
pretty
think
sure
there
there
was.
was tanks.
I just remember
No,
there
no,
being
no,
like
no.
you could
Not
only
in COD
pick.
2. COD 3 there
Maybe
was.
3. Okay,
Yeah,
COD 3,
you
that's
can
what
only
I'm talking
pick
about.
like set
I didn't
classes
play
in COD 2. That's all I remember about it.
Yeah, I think so. Number 2, Black Ops 4. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of obvious because I've only played 2 competitive CODs.
Yeah.
So Black Ops 4 is number 2. I actually really like Black Ops 4. A lot of people give it shit. I like sliding, even though it's kind of broken online.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Black Ops 4. And 5v5 is fun for me. A lot of people don't like it, but And number one, I gotta give it to World War II, even though it's not a great
Respect
game,
it.
but
I
it
like it.
introduced me to competitive. So I gotta like love it internally, and I feel like I was pretty good at the game in terms of like average competitive players.
Yeah.
If I actually played like serious, it'd probably be different. But also another note on Black Ops 4, I played my first major in it, so I gotta give blood to that too. So
Yeah.
that's my list. Is honorable mentions like Black Ops 3. I feel like I really like Black Ops 3 if I played it damn, I'm stuttering. If I played it competitively. Same thing with other jetpack CODs, but like the jetpack CODs lost me in terms of like pub stomping, just because it was a lot more like random
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
in terms
understandable.
of that. So like it
Mhm.
wasn't as much strategy, which is like why I like boots so much. So
Yeah.
What do you
Reaction.
mean by that? By
Mostly
random?
reaction time.
Like,
Yeah.
like in terms of like
Like
you
in
couldn't like
AEW, you can just hit
you could
shit.
pub stomp, but like
Fucking
I don't
flying up
know.
there. He
pub
knows
stomp,
it.
yeah,
Oh.
pub
You
stomp
just
is a lot
fly
of
at people and hope
positioning.
they don't know how to shoot back.
it was just like
Yeah.
fly
So
fly
like me.
trade in
So
terms
like
of
me, I suck, but I can do really good in a pub
sure.
Wait, what?
Wait.
because I
Like on-
suck.
like
when I play
AW.
League play.
You can do good in an
Or-
AW pub just by like being able to like snap.
No, Adam means just like it's random because
Boots, I feel like boots on the ground is a lot more like strategy based, whereas like
Simple.
jetpack CODs were a lot more like
Gun skill.
talent
Dynamic.
based
Yeah.
and not random. Random's probably a bad word, but it's just like fly trade. Like you can't smoke people in jetpacks unless you're like literally disgusting.
Yeah, the jetpacks was like in BO3. The jetpacks were like, all right. This is the wall running that fucked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, I
BO3
thought that was really
And the
would've been
thing is,
elite.
like I said, like as a disclaimer, I feel like I would really like those games if I played them competitively.
Mhm.
But I played like I bought every single COD ever, but I played it for like a month.
Yeah, this
Even
guy
Black
would've
Ops
been
2, like
nasty.
I don't know, I didn't love it.
That would have been nasty with an M8. Oh shit.
100%,
that's
bro.
why-
Adam would have been a
I
target.
mean, sir.
Yeah. We gotta give Adam a Xbox so we can go
like-
back and play it, bro.
My biggest regret is like not playing competitive earlier because I
Me
feel like
too.
I'd literally be
Mhm.
disgusting by
You-
now.
Yeah, Black Ops 2 was my
I-
introduction, bro. Like when I found out about League play, like I was like a sniper for a little bit, and like once I found out about League play and Black Ops 2, that was all she wrote for me, bro. And then that was also when I found out about I started watching the 6050 Twitch streams, bro.
Oh yeah,
They would stream like every day during that summer, and that's all I would watch. I would wake up, play COD, and watch them all day. That was like my
see.
introduction.
I envy that so much just because like I
I
had
love
Black
League.
Ops 2 and I played it, but like the friends I played like Black Ops 1 with and like MW3 with kind of like fell off of COD and were like doing other shit, and like
Yeah.
so I was kind of by myself, so I didn't play it as much. I just played pubs for like 1 or 2 months and then didn't really play that much. So like
Mm.
I wish I discovered competitive at that time, just because like I feel like
Would've
I'd be
enjoyed
really
it.
good at it by now, and then I don't know. I just envy that.
I
I,
would have
th-
been.
I think if
Sorry,
there's
go
one
ahead.
thing that you missed out on, like more so than just the games, I think it's the amount of content that was put out at that time.
100%.
Yeah, like
that's
the
a good part.
amount of like
I've gone back
competitive
and watched
streams and
everything. I
stuff,
thought it's
bro.
the
Like
same.
it was insane.
I know this
I
is.
wish I'd gotten to watch Black Ops 2 Optic. Like I've gone back and watched everything. It's like
Yeah.
That was
like,
golden age,
witnessing
bro.
it.
Like,
Like,
they
I
might not have
watched,
been
like,
the
halfway through. Like I saw halfway through
Yeah.
Ghost Optic. Like that's when I
Yeah.
like started watching. I guess it was
Like,
halfway through Ghost.
Optic
like,
wasn't
Black Ops 2
the
just-
Optic wasn't
I
the
wish I
best
could've
team
seen,
at
like,
that point.
Rambo
But like
and
the content that they put out at that time, like with their 60-50 streams and stuff, was
Yeah,
like it
yeah,
was
yeah.
unmatched. Like nobody
Yeah,
was
they-
doing what they were doing at that.
They had a following.
Right.
The only thing I know from Black Ops 2 is like the Scump 3-piece and like the church building.
Oh
Said,
yeah.
who's the best in the
Yeah.
game?
That was
That's
lit,
all,
bro.
see, that's all I know. Like
Yeah.
I wish I was around. Like I don't know. It's a big regret for me not discovering.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
even in Black Ops 2, I knew what competitive was.
Yeah.
I didn't play it. I didn't watch it. I didn't do anything like that. So
That's why like
I just wish I would have.
I'm envious of a lot of the kids like coming up now because like a competitive COD is so accessible to them now. And I feel like there's so many avenues for them to get involved and to play. Like there's so many different leagues and stuff, and maybe 18 or older now, but there's so many other leagues you can play in that aren't. And then like the amount of the accessibility of that content, because a lot of people didn't know about Twitch and they didn't know about like MLG, because like if you didn't know about it, there just wasn't a way to know about it. And I feel like now like they literally like talk about it within the games, like they have it to where like, hey, go watch this event with all the pros and stuff.
Like, I
I'm
thought that
really
theater
jealous of
thing
that.
on
Yeah.
World War II is really cool. Like, we in the head War II, you could walk into the
Mhm.
theater and have the
Yeah.
matches
Yeah,
on
yeah.
there. I
That
thought
was
that
lit.
was a really
They kind of
cool.
have that in this game too, but
Mhm.
like, I don't know. I still feel like it's very accessible. Game battles was around since Black Ops 1 at least.
Honestly, that's something I wish I would like to see integrated more with Modern Warfare. Like, I think
And
they
there was
should
a Black Ops
integrate
1
their,
circuit as well.
their,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
comp
game battles have been around since
streams more.
COD 2.
Yeah.
I watched that eavesdrop today with Sundance.
That
uh,
the
MLG.
the last thing about BO2 that I really appreciated that I want to say is like as far as the competitive scene, I feel like it's been so long since we had like genuine like storylines like within
Bro,
COD.
BO2,
Yeah.
everyone trash
Like-
talked every series.
Yes, and
before
every
screaming
like
at
there
each
were
other.
actual like villains. Like everybody hated Complexity. Like Complexity was literally like them and Farico Impact, bro. Like with Parasite, Killa,
Karma,
Mir.
Killa.
Yes, dude, everybody hated that team. And so
I
like
hated Farico. I didn't hate
I wish I would have
Complexity.
seen that.
it was amazing. Like that was the last time I feel like COD had like actual storylines within a competitive community, and it was so good. And I wish we went back to that.
If I can add to that, like as someone new to competitive, I feel like that's like I didn't watch then, so I can't like compare it, but I still feel like there's storylines in COD.
Mhm.
Like even today, like Optic played at Envy and Envy 3-0'd them, even though Envy sucks right now. Like the Crim6 Aches, like that's a storyline still. So I feel like when people say there's no storylines, like that's
It's just the Aches Optic storyline.
Obviously, yeah. That's
I just
Yeah.
think there's
Like Aches has knocked them out of like almost every.
I mean,
champ but
it's maybe
one.
not as explicit as it used to be, just because like the CWO is trying to be a more professional, like
Yeah,
Right,
like, don't
yeah.
have the trash talk and stuff.
yeah. So
And what about season playoffs? Season 3 or season 2 was it? Last year, FaZe and Optic when FaZe beat them.
stage 1 playoffs,
Phase 1
Phase
playoffs where
one.
they revert. They came back.
two best.
Yeah, I guess I just mean like
I felt so
storylines that like go the distance. Like Complexity for Rico versus the World was like a storyline that went on for the entire season of Black Ops 2.
Like,
And it
who
was,
would be
like-
the best for the whole season.
Right, yeah.
But,
And then like
I will say-
even when it came down to like the roster changes and stuff, like roster changes now are like so like sporadic that they just happen and just like okay, but like those like when Karma jumped shit from Farico to Complexity and they put up Glacier and all that, like that was huge. Like people went crazy for that kind of stuff. And like now I just feel like there's less like
I feel like the superstars
stipulation.
don't
I still
leave
love
now.
WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, I still
Superstars
do
don't
love it
really
too.
It's
move.
interesting.
It's because superstars don't move as much, except for like the gunless move. Like superstars are locked into
But
orgs.
that's
Like,
still
unless,
like an
it's a hoop
insane
situation.
move. That's like not given as much credit as
It's
like
not
they
it's
literally
not-
subbed in a coach for gunless. Like that's a huge storyline that
Listen,
Yeah.
wasn't
it's not
given as
big-
much
it's
credit
not
as I
as
feel
big
like it
much
should have.
anymore, just because it happens so much more.
Yeah, I agree.
It seems like like
No one's subbing in their coach for
no. What I'm
Possibly
saying
the
though
best
is
player in the game,
the
though.
roster changes. Like you blink twice and a roster changes happen this year.
Yeah.
Imagine changing Scum for TP. That'd be crazy.
I don't know.
Like back then, like roster changes rarely happened. Like they didn't happen a lot.
So
I feel like roster changes happen more back then because now it's only
No.
in select windows. Back then you could make a roster change where you wanted.
Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
It's like after every event, rosters were changing. It's like an event happens, if you don't place top 3, you change.
Okay.
And see, like this year, like you couldn't until after Anaheim. So a lot of teams weren't even happy roster at Anaheim coming after Pro League, but they had to play Anaheim just because the roster wasn't or
Yeah, like if
roster
it was
lock
like
wasn't
an
open
old, like it was
after
back
Anaheim.
was back then. The rosters would have changed in between the week between Pro League and Anaheim. It would've
Exactly,
been-
but NV couldn't, even though
Yeah.
they were really
Yeah, 'cause-
trash.
I was gonna say that. Look at Envy with Hook. You know, Hook has been like such a staple for Envy. And when I was watching today, it was kind of like weird not seeing Hook there. You know, against Optic.
Yeah.
I mean, NV still
I know that-
owns Hook.
I know that
It's
Yeah.
not like a problem.
yeah, he's like a
I'm just
lone.
Playing.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
alone.
I feel like also back then I feel like the like I guess because there wasn't as many teams or something. I don't know, but I feel like all the players were known a lot more.
Oh, I agree,
I mean,
100%.
Yeah, like you've got some
All the
local
known players have started to
you know.
retire. Like all the
Yeah.
people who like were like in the glory days of COD, like
Yeah.
are retired.
Yeah, but I feel like that's not at the
That's
fault of
why
them. I think that's the
roster
fault of
changes
like the newer players because there was so much content
well,
being put
yeah.
out back then that like you
Now they
knew
don't have to,
everybody.
They get paid to do. They
I
get
just
paid
feel
to
like-
do
Like
who,
make
though?
content.
Like
I just feel like that was
okay,
another
like
recent
who's,
roster
like,
changes.
Curse for example. Curse was huge back then. Like
Curse.
Miyagi,
Ooh.
Tiny, Pac-Man was huge, and the Wheats, like that was like the Curse had a roster back then. They were like really popular, but like now like
Curse was really big in esports in the beginning.
Yeah.
My first ever scuff was a Curse scuff.
Why does Shaq smile and look at the ground so much?
So I guess it's understood. Most of us had AW and Black Ops 2 like in our top.
Yeah.
So
I
guess
had
those are like
those
the...
games, but I'm like an anomaly in competitive COD just because like I'm so new to it.
It was good to have like an outside perspective, I guess, like outside of competitive. So I guess we'll move on to the Q&A. So the first question comes from @FinalTV with 2 eyes. I said, "What's it been like seeing the CCL grow from this tiny little Season 0 league it was into a multi-state, multi-university entity it is now?" So I guess there's only 4 of us that were like in Season 0. So we like so when I first came up with the idea like of starting it, it was because there literally was no Call of Duty team at my school. And like when I joined the Esports org, I asked the president, the first thing I asked him, I said, "Hey, like, do you have a COD team?" He was like, "No, but you could start one." And I was like, "Oh boy, like, okay." And like I started pitching the idea to like people at AVGL and CSL, and they basically the response I got from everybody was, "Yeah, this isn't gonna work. Nobody's gonna want to play in this." And so I was like, "Oh wow,
They
okay."
probably regret it now.
That's crazy.
100%. And so I was like, "Wow, like okay, like, that's fine." And so I literally went and I found Jaybird, and he had a similar interest that we wanted to do it. And so I went.
How did you find him?
I think I literally went on Twitter and searched the words like college COD league, and I saw at one point Jaybird had a similar idea. He wanted to start it, so I hit him up, and I was like, "Hey, are you still interested in doing this?" And so we ended up talking about it, and there was this other guy. He went to Georgia Southern, and I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry, but he helped out a lot in the beginning stages. But after that, so we started working on it, but it sort of went stagnant for a little bit, and like we weren't like reaching out to people. So that's when I went to Reddit, and I started finding I found Adam, J Pro, and a bunch of other people that were really interested in starting it. And so like basically going into Season 0 and seeing like the amount of teams we had, I'm not gonna lie, I was like a little like, oh boy, like I don't know how this is gonna go like after this. But I forgot at what point we started really like gaining interest in Season 0. But at one point I remember there was one stream where we had like so many people like sort of be like, "Oh, I want to join this next year." And so like seeing it from Season 0 to now, like just from the production value to the amount of teams, the amount of people that are active in the Discord is like actually wild. Cause like Season 0, like having like 8 lobbies was like non-existent. Like we barely had ever played. We play 8s barely.
It was
though,
the same
bro.
8 people.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we barely play 8s.
I liked playing 8s back then.
Yeah, it was me, Shaq.
Always got picked.
Yeah. I think the only thing that I miss about Season 0 compared to Season 1 was like the family oriented feel.
I'll
like,
touch on that later, but
yeah. I think it was such like a family back then. I feel like now there's like so many like different cliques and stuff, and like some people some people in Season 0 don't even like
experience that. Yeah.
So many people from Season 0 don't even like associate with like CCL people anymore. Like they're not active in the Discord anymore. So I definitely missed that.
Unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah, I definitely missed the family feel. But I think in terms like we all wanted the CCL to get this big at the end of the day. Like we all wanted success for it. So I think being able to say that we competed in Season 0 is always going to be something that's like really like bittersweet. But at the end of the day, I think we all wanted this like to happen. So I'm happy.
I'm envious of you all because I didn't get to play. Because I had like found the Discord and I was just like, oh, I don't have a school team.
How did you find out about it?
I found out about the UT Esports Club by Googling it because the team at the time I was playing with like 3 Canadian guys and IW, and I was just like I was like bored with it, and I just wanted people to play with. So I found the club. I contacted the president. I'm like, "Do we have a Call of Duty team?" And he said no. I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna start it." He's like, "All right, what are you gonna play in?" I'm like, "I don't know. I guess we'll just play pubs or something." So we played like GBs on Xbox for like a month, and all the kids that I found were just burgers. So I stopped doing that. And then like a week or two went by, and he hit me up. He's like, "Yo, I found this college COD league on I don't remember if he said Reddit or if he just searched on Discord like college COD."
Mm-hmm.
So your esports president found the league.
Yeah, he like me and him are like pretty. We're like pretty close. He's not the president anymore. He's like he's the. So I don't know. He might have found your Reddit post, or he found it just by searching on Discord. But he hit me up.
Probably was a Reddit post.
Well, I think at that point maybe that's when they started doing like our own like CCL, you know, like like they would have like updates.
Yeah, updates.
Yeah, that might have been it right there.
So I joined the Cord, and it was like during like halfway through World War II maybe, and I was just like looking at it, and I'm like, I was under the assumption you had to have a team from your school.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm just, and I was like new to Discord. I didn't know what I was doing on the platform, so I was just like, I'm just gonna ignore this for 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
I just never checked the Discord ever again, until someone approached me about playing in season 1.
Yeah,
that's because they're like, "You're the captain, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm the only one here. Like, I don't got players, so I'm the captain of a one-man team." He's like, "Well, I have 4 people. You want to play?"
You got really lucky.
Yeah, he sat down next to me in one of my finance classes, and I had the optic background on like a laptop. And he's like, "You play COD?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the captain of our team." He goes, "We have a team, like we got one person." So he's like, "I got 4.
That's really cool.
Yeah, he's like, "So we played in that 2K, and I'm just envious of you all that I didn't get to experience that like family feel. I'm also like really grateful that I've like become friends with you all. I kind of get to experience it.
Yeah,
like getting to know you all and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I wish I had played back then because I feel like it would have been fun to do like pick up
Season
teams.
0 was like very special to me, and since like that was my first sense of competitive and like meeting everyone, like I felt so close to everyone just because it was 6 teams, which is 24 people. I mean, there's a lot of other people that didn't play and like hung out on the Discord and everything.
Yeah, and I think
it was so small that it was like you almost appreciated it more just because it was so exclusive.
Every match you played, you were playing against a friend. You wasn't just playing against somebody you might have heard of. So like every match you played, you was playing against somebody that you talked to almost.
And that was the thing. Like
also, people weren't weird back then. Like COD kids are obviously weirdos, but like not a lot of people were like weird then.
Yeah, like super.
But once they got like bigger, like people are toxic and like just weird in general.
There was like
people are weird online, so
like you haven't lived until you've been in the days where people just sat there and roasted JP after a match about how many smokes he threw in a mouth or something.
Yeah, bro. Like it was like,
or when you would talk shit,
I know.
You would put people's
here we go. Here we go.
Shaq put his people's names on.
Oh yeah, Shaq used to put people's names on before. I forgot about that, bro.
World War II paint jobs.
I miss World War II.
Genius. That's the smartest thing Shaq ever done.
Shaq put my name on his gun.
We had the fight night. When we had the fight night, I threw it back and I had Adam's name on my gun again, just for everybody to remember that too.
But we like, I think another thing is like back to what Shaq said about you were competing against a friend. Like the crazy thing was like we were so competitive with each other. Like we were, bro. We were
more fun. Just
right,
like,
exactly.
You could talk shit, but it was like your friends.
All right, and afterwards we were literally getting the call and laugh about the match and talk about what happened. Like it was so cool.
Like there's no other feel like that. Like you can't experience that like in season 1.
Yeah, but like I said, it's we all wanted this to happen. So like I'm grateful that I got to experience season 0.
100%.
So
like, that's my fondest memory of like COD, honestly.
Oh, 100%.
To this day.
Yeah.
Hashtag
the only way I get that feel anymore is like talking shit about Surge and then like playing.
And it gets right.
Yeah.
But like other than that, like and it's that even that's not the same because like
it's still not the same.
Yeah, because it's like multiple people on the team that like are in different cliques. Like I'm not in the same cliques that Poner and Slacky or Mints isn't.
Yeah. Like there's still like you have a team, but your team's not like in season 0. Like everyone was like
your team's not a team
except like GSU. Like they were the only weirdos.
And even then, like most of the people tolerated like GSU. Like we still spoke to GSU almost every day because they
were weird, but like I don't know. But even like people were still in cliques. Like I liked my teammates in season 1, but like I wasn't like super close with them.
Right, like you were season 0 teammates.
Yeah,
exactly. Season 1 teammates. Let me talk.
Another reason I liked season 0, I was not the worst player in the league.
It was debatable.
I was consistently picked
Number 2 still
last.
bad.
That's because there was the same 8 people
You
playing.
consistently picked last. in
Yeah,
eights.
what?
There was
So,
8
Sarah-
people.
There wasn't,
Sarah was-
there was
No.
not a lot of options.
Yeah, like come on now.
It's
There was
not-
literally 8 of us. If we could get 8 people, there was 8 of us
Yeah.
playing, bro. Come on now.
We were
It was
on-
hard, it was hard to get an 8 lobby.
I should have hopped in
Yeah.
the Discord, dude.
And Shaq
I should've
hosted
hopped in
everyone just because he's the only one that had an open net.
Right.
Bro, if
Oh,
I got
that's
to
nice.
host an 8, y'all would have thought I was a god coming into season 1.
I don't know, bro. Some of us were nasty. Some of us were really nasty World War
You're
II.
something different online. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
PPSH on host.
Next question. From Payson or Pashon, whichever one. Your first org that you followed thoroughly. Mine was actually BO2 when I first found out about competitive. I was a huge fan of replays, and he was on an organization called VVV. They're not an organization anymore. Yeah, VVV was my first org that I followed like religiously. I really love that organization.
I had a
Okay.
friend that played for them. My old boss.
So my first one was FaZe, actually.
Sniper, that makes sense.
Mine's gonna be a really hard pick.
I remember when all of these
Shut up, Nick.
all the big names, all the big names, like when Phase 5 was still I remember when they announced Phase 5 in red and how it broke the internet, the sniping community anyway when they did it. It was good. I remember.
Is that when they introduced their competitive team instead of just sniping?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Remember when they introduced their competitive team?
Yeah, FaZe competitive.
Is that what
like
you're
up
talking
to.
about? Because I honestly don't know.
So Phase 5, Phase used to have a recruitment challenge every year, and it was a montage challenge. So
Like
you
a
have
sniping
everybody-
montage.
like a sniping or a trick shotting montage
Mhm.
challenge, or they even started picking up tomahawkers and knifers.
Oh, I do remember that. Okay, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah,
But
they
is
would
Phase 5 when they introduced that competitive team? Or
No,
what?
Phase
No,
5
no, no.
was the recruitment challenge. They
Okay,
picked
okay.
up.
Yeah.
It was it started in April or May. I think they pushed it back each year a little bit, and then eventually it was in June. It was a summer thing. They picked up 5 people every year at this, but it was this month-long competition that you did to try to get into Phase.
You had to
Okay.
put a clan tag and shit, so
Yeah.
you can reuse
Okay.
clips. Yeah.
I was asking because I don't know.
Yeah. What about you, Adam? Who's your first org you followed?
So it's still hard for me just because I feel like I'm
New.
anomaly compared to
Yeah.
you. Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't really follow any org. I remember I started in World War II watching competitive. The
Mhm.
first event I watched was Birmingham.
Hmm.
I remember Tyler or T-Sickle played in the CCL. He's the one who actually convinced me to watch it initially. And I remember he the first thing he told me is I played main AR, so he said watch Formal. He's supposed to be a nasty main
Yeah.
AR. So
Mhm.
so I
a bad
I watched
game to watch
Formal,
Formal in.
even though Optic was trash on World War II, obviously. So
Yeah.
but after that I looked up Optic content and watched all the content creator house
Yeah.
shit and
Mhm.
so I guess it'd be Optic, but I don't know. Even to this day, I'm still not super attached to any org.
Yeah.
I just I like players who have similar mindsets to me. Honestly, my favorite pro is Slasher, even though he's not a favorite player for a lot of people. I just feel I share the same mindset as him.
Yeah.
In terms of wanting to win and
winning at all
wanting your-
costs.
Yeah, and wanting your team to be better no matter what. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
If-
a lot of cockheads have.
Not really an answer, but that's how I
I
feel about
guess
it.
for me, my obvious I can say everyone knows who my answer, but I guess I can say how I found that org. So obviously, I followed Optic.
Hmm.
So back in second half of Ghost around X Games, I think it was a week or two before X Games in Ghost. Nade Shot and Hex did this Minecraft series with Jericho and Captain Sparkles, and I was watching Jericho a lot at the time, and I saw Nade Shot in it, and I thought he was entertaining, so I looked up Nade Shot stuff. I think he made a video about saying we're going to the X Games in a week.
Yep.
So I remember I tuned into X Games in Ghost, and I watched the casters back then were when Optic beat EG. I remember how the casters were saying Optic like finally did it. Like they finally beat EG and they're in a final. And then Optic wins it with like the Proofy 4-piece. And then like even the clip of like Nadeshot and Scump lose the 1v2 and Nadeshot's like screaming, jumping up and down in his chair when they lose. Like seeing that passion that like Nadeshot had to win. Like I like and just watching I like binged Nadeshot's content and then I started watching Scump's content. So since like the second half of Ghost and really I hit it hard in AW. Like even like it was coincidence that they were the best team in the world but that's like when I found Optic and just since then I've wanted to see Scump and Nade do as best as they can at, like just to succeed at all.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
How about you, JP?
So since I found out about competitive in AW, I forgot when it was. I think it was around like Champs, when it used to be in like February. And I don't remember if by that time Nadeshot got replaced by Karma.
No, it was after Champs and AW.
Oh,
Champs was his last event.
It was through actually when my brother, I forgot what grade he was. He had a friend that knew about competitive, and I started playing with him. He used to like Scum. I think he started like linking me videos of Scum, and I liked Scum. But at one point when Karma came in, I don't know why, but I just started to love Karma, and everyone knows I'm like Karma's #1 fan. So ever since then, it's just Optic because of Karma.
Yeah.
With the EU flag behind you.
I know. It's because of Toonie, and Optic didn't have flags.
Yeah.
I got one sitting right in front of me. It's on my wall.
What about you, Nixon?
Shit. Like I think Toonie's the only one I know. I told him saying that I don't really have a favorite. Like in this COD and like for the past couple of years, I don't have a favorite team. I just like watching it and seeing who wins. It's very like I like it.
Yeah.
But like I think back in like BO2, I really enjoyed.
What was the first one you saw? So?
Back in BO2 was like I think I started following Nadeshot back in BO2.
Yeah.
Like very, very, very.
I feel like
I
that's
feel like that
how
was a lot of that was a lot of people
Nadeshot
in
Nadeshot
that.
said that.
Yeah, like Nadeshot got everybody, like a lot of people in.
I got shitted on by him in league play. I was like, oh, who the fuck is this kid? So I was like, and then I heard people talking about him later on in pubs saying like he was actually good and everything. So I just started looking up his videos and shit. And like I remember like the videos of him playing league play with like the kid.
Yeah.
The little
Losat.
Yeah.
Losat. Yeah.
I remember all those videos. I remember like the 1v1v1 hardpoint.
Yeah.
Also. I remember
Road to
all
100, no.
Road to 100. No, when they got 100, bro.
That was wild. Yeah.
It was crazy. Like I enjoyed it. I think that's like Optic because of Nadeshot. And then I just kind of followed it. I don't necessarily like Optic. Like I would say Optic
now
and
is
FaZe.
different.
Yeah, I would say FaZe because of Jeff. I love Jeff. Jeff got signed to FaZe.
Oh, I love Jeff.
Jeff is the GOAT, man.
I don't like
Jeff.
Similar to Jeff.
I'm not a FaZe fan, bro.
Jev's content
I'm like
is
Jeff.
so like.
I'm
back
not a
in the
FaZe
day-
I
fan.
like Jev's old
Yeah.
content.
Yeah, old content.
The
Nowadays,
Rage Taj.
yeah, the Rage Tods and like back in the day, it was fun. But like
It's so
I was-
repetitive to me.
So-
Yeah.
Uh,
No, it is. Yeah, he just does like.
It's funny that you say that just because, like, about Nadeshot and everything. Like, in the beginning of this game, I said, even when they were trash, I said, I'm a 100 Thieves fan just because I like their branding and I liked, like I said before, I like Slasher and I liked the team that Nade put together. So even when they were trash, I liked 100 Thieves. And then
I feel like I'm kind of like
they turned out to be the best team so far in this game.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's funny how that works.
That's like the same with me and Optic and AW. Like even at, like going into AW, like Optic wasn't a top team, and it just turned out that way.
Yeah.
But I feel like 100 Thieves, like everyone likes 100 Thieves because it was done.
People like no. The thing is, people like 100 Thieves when Optic's out of the tournament. Before that, no one gives a fuck about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like also 100 Thieves fans were the anti-Optic fans that want a God Squad to root for.
So did y'all have like those handful of people that got you into this that like you watched like every single night, like you just laid on bed before
competitive?
Just anybody, like any of the YouTubers that got you into this. So like personally, when I first came into it, like yeah, I followed FaZe, but like I heard of FaZe because I started watching I watched Adapt, Apex, Rain, Carl, Jeff, and Apathy when he got picked up. And before, so Apathy was in FaZe, he got dropped from FaZe, he did the first FaZe 5, won the first FaZe 5, he got back in FaZe. So I
Is
like
that
I was
Apathy the
watching.
pro or Apathy?
No,
No,
it's Sniper.
Apathy is that it's two twin brothers that are snipers too. That's home phase. So I watched them like every night before I went to sleep, and then I got to watching like all the phase videos because they would do.
You gotta stop looking at the ground.
Doing their duos and stuff on the phase channel. So.
Yeah, another thing when I mentioned like I used to watch like Optic was like the first org I watched. I also watched like the phase content.
Yeah.
Both of those orgs like great content when they had like team houses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like Optic was probably the first one to do it, but FaZe was like close behind. So all their content creators in the house was like all made great videos and stuff like that.
Although I feel like it went down. Like I like their content before they had the house in New York versus what it is afterwards. So personally,
both of them have both like kind of strayed away from content recently, but like I feel like FaZe is getting back into it, where Optic's more drifting away from it.
Yeah, for me, like I said, the 60/50 house was 100% like mine. Like watching those streams every day, like literally every single one of them got. Like woke up in the morning, ate and streamed like all day. Nade Shot, Merc, Big T and Scum like in the same room, and like that's what really got me not only into competitive COD, but it was like it got me into like content creation in general. And I think that's what like really inspired me to want to start streaming, was like watching their content, seeing how interactive the chat was and stuff. So the 60/50 house was really like that was it for me right there. Like that got me into everything.
Yeah, see, like personally, like I thought that like I like the FaZe content before they had the house, because like I followed them all for probably 2 years before they got the FaZe house. Like when they were all still in high school, just started like 12, 13.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was watching them all then, and then like, but when they got the house, I feel like it got a little weird for some of them. That's when like Jordan, FaZe Rain became like, he started calling himself like the Vape Lord Nord, like right before he moved into the house, because that's when like vaping was all this, and he started doing all these vaping videos. I was like, some of it just started getting a little like crazy, like.
And the Pornhub thing with
the Pornhub sponsorship. With
oh my god, dude!
I'll never forget the man was sponsored by Pornhub, bro.
Because it was so funny at the time, man. Like I used to love.
But who was it, Jeff? Who was it, Jeff? Always, because Jeff was like the first one out of FaZe to be sponsored by Pornhub, and he had like this. Like,
I don't.
Jeff was one of the first ones, bro, because he had like this porn star that he was trying to DM the whole time, and he was talking about it on his videos.
I don't know, fam.
They we've been on this question too long. I'm gonna move to the next one. Next question comes from the Toonster himself. Who's the worst teammate you've ever had? So I'm gonna answer this question from like a when I think of teammate, I think like all around, not just skill wise. So World War II, it was this guy named Zalepsy. People that like watched my stream like from the very beginning saw that I used to play with this guy named Chris and Zalepsy, and we would run like threes tournaments all the time. And there's this ancient clip you could probably go back and find like from my Twitch stream where it was like the last straw. Like I never like genuinely like freak out on people like when I play COD, but like he was the first person that made me like I actually like lost it, bro. Like I went mental on this dude because he would blame his teammates for everything, like nothing was ever his fault. Like that's just how he was. And like he would genuinely like scream at you like for doing anything that he didn't think was correct.
Wow.
So like 100% that was the worst one for me. And in Black Ops 4, probably like at the beginning of the game, Mensa. Sam is like
I knew that was going to
Sam is so he used to be so he got props to him because he got a lot better.
Big ego in the beginning.
Yeah, he got a lot better towards the end of the season. But at the beginning, bro, like if you watch my stream, Sam was so toxic, bro. Like literally every scrim, I expected Sam to get on somebody's bad side and yell or like to cause some kind of issue. Like at one point, a lot of people don't know this, but at one point I was genuinely considering like dropping Sam from the team because of just how toxic he was. Like at the beginning of the game, like it was gonna 100%.
like I actually hate to admit this, but Sam was actually very good at the beginning of this game.
Oh yeah, 100%. He
And
was
then,
nasty.
so he got a super ego, and then I could see how he could cause problems on the team.
Yeah, it got to the point where like Will and like Brennan, back when we had like the first version of like Ole Miss
Will
Red.
and Sam.
Yeah, they literally didn't want to play with him like at all. Like they were like, if Sam's on the team, like I don't want to play. So like Sam was in the beginning of Black Ops 4, but like I said, he did get a lot better, but at the beginning, like Sam was almost dropped. That's how bad.
When I played Sam on World War II, like he was actually a bot, but in the beginning of this game, he was actually pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I could see how you like quickly get an ego and like cause a problem for a team.
Right. About you, Adam? I already know what Adam's gonna say. I know he's about to. I do.
I think the obvious answer is like Sarah Nightfall.
Yep.
Like, but that's not my answer. But I will
Really?
say Sarah Nightfall is like an obvious one, just because like I feel like if we had any sub that could if you could just pull like at least a 1.0 KDE, like we would fry any team in the league in World War II, at least in the CCL. But my actual answer is Jay Riptide, even though he's insanely talented and he's like so good at the game, even though like he doesn't practice, he doesn't grind, he's like insanely like raw talented.
Right.
He's the reason we didn't play or like practice from like ever since we picked him up, to be honest. Like ever since we picked him up, we maybe scrimmed twice.
Right.
And that's through months. So
wait, so my question with that is, so like if he'd never practiced, why don't y'all just play with don't you have to do Trev now?
We did that for a little bit, but then when we played matches with Jason instead of a sub, it was like completely different. Like it just like the map just feels different.
Yeah.
So we didn't really like that, and then like we always tried to like convince him to get on scrim, but like he never wanted to. And I understand it's a free league and everything, but yeah, so I guess that's my worst teammate, but it's not because he's bad, not because he's toxic or anything like that. He's actually a very good teammate in game. He's very talented, but he's the reason we didn't practice or anything like that. So I think we could have placed better with a different teammate. And no offense to him or anything like that. It's just
that's understandable.
Yeah.
And to think we almost had Sarah Nightfall.
Wait, on SPU? On Black. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Because I guess I'll go. When I got into the CCL, I messaged Ben because we wanted to start something. Then it was supposed to be me, Ben, and Zane with Sarah Nightfall.
Wee!
Oh my god,
y'all would have been the worst team in the league. Y'all would have been the worst team in the league, bro.
And Ben goes, all right, so we'll team with her. But apparently he looked her up, like gameplay and stuff, and he said that no, she was trash. And I don't remember how Zach came into it. I think they knew each other, and Zach just got into the CCL. So we got Zach. But like Adam, my obvious answer isn't Zane, my worst teammate. It was, I forgot his name, but his name is Kevin. I forgot his gamer tag. And it was an Infinite Warfare. And when I tell you, this guy was like Shaq, but worse than Shaq. Like, he had so much passion. He would be like the happy teammate. Like, he would be, yeah, guys, we got this and all this stuff. But he was so bad. Like, Shaq could do donuts. Like, could 360 him and kill him. And the guy wouldn't shoot back.
See, I guess for me, like I had some really like bad like teammates in the past. Like I'm not gonna say names, but I have some pretty bad teammates. But like for me,
that's the exact opposite for me.
Yeah, I look at it
huge pool,
right?
But like the funny thing about season 0 is me and Ty were not going to play because we couldn't find a full OSU team. But then like Sarah almost like signed us up without like our knowledge. Kind of is. Like she said, me, Jack, Ty, or her, Jack, Ty, and me would play, even though like she didn't really ask us or anything. And then we were like, me and Ty were like, "Fuck it, we'll play just because it's something to do."
Right? Yeah.
And then like that's what I don't know. It led to a lot of great things, a lot of great like connections and everything. Like exactly. So I don't know. It's funny how that works.
I guess for me,
that's why she's not my worst teammate.
I've had like some pretty bad teammates in terms of skill, but like when I think of like for me, like I would rather play with people that are like cool and like want to get better and like communicate well,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like if you're terrible, like I'm not gonna get as mad if you're bad at the game versus if you just like have no motivation and like you don't want to be there and you're toxic. Like that's just my opinion, I guess. So I guess that's why I don't look at it from a skill standpoint. What about you, Nick?
All right.
Me.
Uh-oh. This guy's stretching.
You about to go free?
He about to go in.
Fucking razor scars. God damn
Oh.
it. I'm talking like, okay, first quarter of the season. I love the kid.
Mm.
He had talent. He was really good with the Maddox. He was a good War Machine player.
Anyone can be good with the Maddox, as a side
He
note.
didn't bitch. He was there for scrim.
Translated cheat code.
And I thought he was my like. This is like right when we got Dev. I didn't know Dev I didn't know he was like nasty. So like I thought he was the second best on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So about a third or maybe a halfway through the season, Goose benches himself because we get Ryan, and then I guess Scars didn't like the way I ran the team because I wanted to scrim 2 to 3 times a week, which I don't think is asking too much.
Nah.
2 to 3 scrims a week.
Nah, no.
And so he never got on to scrim.
I mean, you're playing in a league. If
Yeah,
you don't want to
so
scrim 2
we
to
were
3
at
times
this
a
point
week,
we
that's-
are 13-0. We're 13-0 in the league at this point.
That's
And
crazy.
We went
that
on
you
a
guys started off
we
that
went
good.
on we
Or
went
well,
on
I should say.
a 8-game losing streak.
Dang, I didn't know that.
We lost 8 in a row, and then we won one because we played Mississippi State. That was our only win to the second half of the season. I think was Mississippi State. We lost every other match.
I think I do remember the 13-0 streak
except
just
for
because
forfeits.
people
we were
were
13-0.
I
We
actually
weren't in the top
don't
10.
remember that.
We
That's
were
crazy.
13-0 and not in the
Yeah.
top 10. That's what our thing was.
I remember that
All I
because
remember in the beginning of the season is like UTK had a decent reputation, but like Stainless or Nick was only good on host. So that's
Yeah.
all I remember from the beginning.
But I was frying kids off host too. So
I didn't play you, so I
know.
can't
I come
comment.
to I
but-
come to him. I'm like, what? Why are you not getting on? I'm like, we're not getting on for scrims. Goose subs himself back in for C-Tab because C-Tab quits.
C-Tab, what a guy.
yikes.
He quit because he's
C-Tab was
actually
a
like
unit.
he's apparently like a professional rock climber. Like he actually gets paid and shit.
That man showed
know.
up at Voland, didn't he?
No, he didn't come.
I thought he showed up and was
No,
like,
Dev
"It's-"
showed up.
Okay.
Dev showed up unannounced. But so we get there. I'm like, okay, we're gonna start scrimming now. That Goose is back, and apparently you like his the way he sets up scrims. And he's like, no, I don't like you. I'm like, what do you mean? He like, you always yell at us when we mess up. I'm like, I'm not yelling
I
at you.
can see that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's a fair like judgment. I don't know.
I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, if we don't, he's like, and he said, it's not even like all that. It's like, okay, so we qualify for playoffs, for play-ins. And this is gonna sound really fucking stupid, but it was like the whole season. My like dream was just to get to play in the play-in or playoff tournament. I was like, when I got into the
What
league,
ain't
I was
Who was that?
What was it?
so like when I got into the league, my whole goal was just play in the play-in or playoff tournament. Just play. You don't even gotta qualify,
Yeah.
or like you ain't gotta make it through. Just play in the playoffs or the play-in. And we get there, we qualify 2 days before play-in tournament. We qualify officially, locked. And we have like Oregon round 1. I'm like, we can actually do this. I'm like, all right, guys, let's try. Can we get on tomorrow and scrim, just because it's the day before play-ins? And he goes, yeah, I'm not coming.
That's tough.
I'm like, I go
This
to
is
scrim.
Razor.
I go to the. He goes, no, I'm not playing in the play-in.
Wait, who is this?
This is still Razor.
Scars?
He said, I don't want to play in the play-in because we knew at this point we couldn't play in playoffs
Mm.
Damn, yeah.
because Switchy and Goose had to work that on playoffs.
Yeah.
We knew we couldn't play in the playoffs, but we could play in the play-in.
Hmm.
and he said it's pointless and a waste of my time.
Damn.
I remember he
I'm
went to the-
like, but you've committed to this league and this team to play, and we've qualified, so we're playing. And he just said, no, I won't be there. I'm going rock climbing. And then the day of play-ins comes around. Switchy gets off work. We can play with him and have C-Tab fill in for Goose. Because C-Tab said he would play if Scars got on to play. Because they were roommates. And Scars is like, no, I'm not getting on. And I'm like, where are you? He's like, I'm at home. We didn't go rock climbing. He sat at home and didn't get on.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's tough, but I think I've also told you this before. That's a problem in your recruiting. You just got to make sure that.
Well, I didn't recruit. I had no players, and Goose came to me with 4 players and said, here's your team.
But that's part of your recruiting. And I made the same mistake too. Like, I picked up a top AM, apparently, who didn't want to play either. And it kind of fucked us too.
Yeah.
So.
Believe it or not, Mississippi State actually have.
That's why I'm doing in-depth tryouts for next season.
Jack, I think I know your worst teammate too, but go ahead. Preferably in a shorter format. That was a really long answer.
Sorry, I had to get that off.
You're thinking my worst teammates from Mississippi.
You've been thinking of this
right?
for a minute.
That one, I'm not gonna lie, that was rough. But actually, my worst teammate actually came.
I talked to the
No,
little shit.
my worst teammate actually came from the 2K team.
All I do is
2K team.
Yeah, my worst
Was it
teammate
you?
actually came from
Nah,
the 2K
dude.
team.
No, that's not fair. Do COD, weirdo.
All right, well, if it's Kai, then you can probably already get. And it's not. I talked to the man today. I still talk to the man. I've got no problem with the dude in person, but I will never team with this man again if I can help it.
Ooh.
And
Is it Rafito?
no, it was Pepper.
Pepper.
Oh, I forgot about Pepper, bro.
Like, I will talk to the man all day in person, but Lord forbid I will not team with the man again.
MSU COD is just a shit show.
Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, he was when he was playing, he was a good COD player. Like, he was a good COD player.
Guy using
Like,
an
he was
auger
either-
on Summit.
That's not Pepper. That's not
Yes,
Pepper.
it is.
No, Pepper did not use an auger on Summit. That was Drexel.
Drexel, sorry.
Oh, yes.
No, Pepper.
It's Drexel on him.
Pepper didn't play at the 8 ball. Pepper played at the beginning of the season over Rude.
MSU COD sucks, bro. Get better.
But listen, what I'm saying is,
Sorry, I'm talking.
Adam is going, bro. Adam is going.
like, he's the most toxic COD player that I've ever teamed with, and I
Really?
didn't team with him for that long. Yes.
I feel like y'all got a lot of toxic people though in general, but I
Imagine
think
a guy named Pepper shit talk.
but I think that a lot of that is because y'all don't get better.
Like, he had some good gun skill, and originally he knew how to play the game, but like then he quit playing as much and he just went downhill. But he was worse. Like, he was not good for the team. In my opinion.
Go Adam is
I just want to say, put it this way: when I tried to put him down originally was when the whole shenanigans happened with
When you got dropped?
the first time. When I put myself down, actually, because I wasn't teaming with him.
You saw chat, Serge?
And then he
Okay,
ended up not
Ben.
even finishing the season out either.
Did
So.
you?
What about you, Nixon?
Discord.
Oh. Go ahead, Nixon.
Shit.
Worst
I've always-
teammate, Millsy.
I would say that, but like he put in a lot of passion into the game. Like he actually got on for scrimming and everything. And like I came in here late, bro. Like not gonna lie, I came in here really, really late.
But you're nasty.
But yeah, I've always been nasty. I'm a talent. I'm talent. I got taught by the best. But I don't know. Like I had some bad teammates. I think it was. I barely teamed with a lot of people. That's the thing. Like I only had like one set squad. It was me, Lunar, Scylla, and Simply Low Key. We ran BO3, and then after that, it was just this squad that I have now, or that I had now, and that's about it.
Who was your worst
So, like,
U of T team?
The worst player out of the entire team back in the day, back in BO3, in that squad was probably me. I'll be honest, straight up.
No,
Like,
that
in
don't
terms
count,
of
bro.
toxicity.
Bro,
stuff?
like I was the problem is like I lost if we lost a game, I would get the fuck off. I would not
Mhm.
play that game. I lost. I remember we lost
That's
a wager.
respect that you like
Yeah.
admit that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I lost a wager. There was a $4 wager or something. It was 3v3 against like Damien AKA and like Red Blood and like some knownish players. We lost that shit. Like it was when the last map, Fringe. And like I think me and Scylla dropped like 54 kills each, right? Just to lose the map. I was so mad I got off and like I was just toxic at that point in that sense. And I was bad. Like I didn't have a shot back then. I was just like I didn't strafe. I was like a shack on the map. I was a free ass kill sometimes. I just couldn't do my thing. But then as you know, is the way that Slasher said it. Like sometimes people have to scream at you not because like they want to offend you and the person you are. They're just trying to make you better. And that's why like I respect people like Slasher. I was almost
I love Slasher.
like he's just trying to like do the overall best for the team, and that's why like I had like
He wants to win more than
yeah.
anyone. And
Scylla used
you
to
gotta
scream at me
respect
for
it.
doing dumb shit. Like Scylla was really hard on me. There was times that I hated him, but like he made me a better player, not gonna cap on anything. Even Lunar's, a 14-year-old, I was learning up with him. But you know, I was saying me. I was really bad back in the day. I'm better now, but like still got a lot to
Yeah,
improve.
you're a great teammate. Like,
That's how I felt screaming with Adam. Like he
you.
would. That's how what I liked about screaming with Adam, because I would
Yeah.
get pissed and Adam would yell
Oh,
at me.
I'm an asshole. I'll
No, I
admit
like
that.
that.
Like,
I like
told
that.
you to yell at me if I get pissed. Like if I start getting pissed in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
stream, I told like I think I texted you. I was like, if I'm getting pissed, literally yell at me, because that's
yeah,
not
yeah,
productive.
and Nick did. That's like a big thing of him. But like I respected him saying that. But like, I will be the first one to say, on season 0, I bitched the most. On season 1, I bitched the most. Like I bitched the most on my team just because I want my team to be better.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
But-
I'll bitch at you in a scrim. I'll bitch at you mid map. I don't fucking care.
Same.
Like if it's a tournament setting, I'll never do that. If it's like a match, I'll never do that. But like in a scrim, if you do something wrong, I'm going to bitch at you just because it's
not-
right there. You
yeah.
know what you did wrong if I
Yeah.
tell you, and you'll learn from it. Like
Yeah,
I'm not afraid to be the bad guy on the team just because I
It's
want
not
to
even a
win
bad
more than
guy.
anything.
It's not even a bad guy. Honestly.
It's
like
not a
the
bad
teammates
guy,
that-
but
It's
a lot
seen
of
as
people
that
look at it-
sometimes.
A
A
Yeah.
lot of people look at it as like that.
People are soft-hearted nowadays.
But I didn't
A
see.
lot of
I,
people
like,
are soft, to be honest.
I
But
didn't
like,
see you as a bad guy doing that. Though. I saw as you wanted to help me, not
Yeah.
hurt the team.
yeah, I want the best for my team. That's it. And
Bro,
if if my teammates dislike me the most, but we're winning,
that's fine.
I don't fucking care. Like I just want to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with me, like I've never had a problem with like people criticizing my map, as long as it's like, one, is constructive, 2, it doesn't come off as just you being like an ass. Like with Sam,
Yeah.
Sam would do it and like ruin our
It's a
entire
fine
like, team
line,
comps,
100%.
right? And so like I'm the type of person where like I'm usually gonna wait until after the map to tell you, but like, and I try to do it in a way that's like constructive and not like I'm coming off as like I'm getting like actually furious with you. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah, and
People will actually go at you and not like what you're doing in the game.
Yeah.
Like, they'll actually
yeah.
go
So
at you.
Yeah,
like I said,
exactly.
it's a fine line. I feel like I try to criticize their behavior instead of like
Yeah.
themselves. So like,
Right.
the thing is, I feel like competitive COD is pretty simple. Like everyone should know what they should do on the map because they're given information from their teammates and from their mini map. But like a lot of people still don't understand what the right move to do is on the map.
Yeah.
So
they'll
like
pick
I'll
up-
just try to comment on that and like I said, I'll only do it in like a scrim setting. If it's like a tournament or a match
talk
and,
about
and people are still bitching, like I hate that shit. Like
It ruins my
if you're
mood.
in a match, stop bitching. Just
Like I
call out.
legitimately don't want to play once, like even in scrims, once it gets bitchy, I just don't want to play anymore. Like that's like, it's hard to tilt me and make me not want to play, but like that right there, like a toxic environment just makes me not want to play.
Like
I'm a
I
bit
know, I
toxic.
can like recognize I still do it, and I'm just trying to get better.
You got
at it.
better. You got
Like,
better.
I
at it,
recognize
like-
I
You have to be really good at communicating it. I'm not
Yeah.
saying I am, but like
You're-
you have
you're
to be
decent
good
it.
at communicating that you think your teammate is doing the wrong play
Yeah.
while not making it seem like you're just being toxic as hell.
Yeah.
It's hard for sure. But
Yeah, and you evolve as a teammate too. Like it's not something that just happens overnight. Like for me in season 0, like I used to whine all the time because my team wasn't the best, and like I felt like I had to do so much like on the map, And like a lot of times I didn't communicate like well, like what they should have done and what they were doing wrong. I was just more so like how do you not know how to do this, instead of like actually they're trying to actively teach. So like you definitely evolve, because like I think I've gotten a little better at that. So it's, like I said, it's not something that happens overnight, and we all like become better teammates as time
And that's
goes on.
that's one of the biggest problem with like amateur players is like they feel like they need to do too much.
Right.
And that's a problem in that they
gotta do
don't trust
everything
their
to get noticed.
teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Like, I have to report
it's
to get
hard to
noticed to
instill
go
that
pro.
into amateur players, but
Right.
like
You gotta learn how to win as a team before you can like, you know, do anything.
you
else.
have to
Yeah.
improve as a team.
Yeah.
As well as improve as an individual player during that. So it's
It's the egos nowadays. I'm telling you, it's the egos. Even
it's
like,
hard. Like
yeah.
finding a team with the same mindset as you and COD is very hard, just because like a lot of people only look at KD, only look at like how they're doing, instead of like if they drop like plus 20 but they're still losing the map, like they'll instantly blame their teammates, even if they're just like playing kills or like playing the wrong way. I don't know.
Like
COD,
Enable.
Enable's like literally the best
entry.
example of a teammate I've ever seen. Like,
And like me,
if 100 Thieves did not have Enable, even though Enable drops like a 0.8 every tournament, like 100 Thieves would be ass.
His vibes
They're
are so
dropping-
good.
Winning with a
So
0.7.
His vibes are good, and Respawn, he's like the best IGL I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to the like listen-ins and him, like his comms are so fucking good, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, just comes from his experience. Like,
Amateur
Halo
players
and
have to
everything.
like back off of KD and like I don't know, realize how they're playing on the map. Just because like even if one player has an insane KD, they're not setting up their teammates to do well. That's like a big problem.
What's the point of a 3-piece if all your team is dead? That's what I always think about.
Yeah, and if you're just baiting your teammates, sliding in.
Like I've always said,
KD.
Like,
I feel like competitive COD would be like so much better if you just like couldn't look at your scoreboard for a map.
Well,
I can agree with that.
It's hard.
It's hard not to. At this point,
tough.
it's like an impulse.
I mean, slaying is obviously important in like a hard point, but
I always look at it for the other team. I don't want no streaks on my ass.
Yeah, I think at this point for me, it's like an impulse. Like sometimes I'll come off spawn and I'll just immediately press the button and see how I'm doing. And sometimes it hurts me. Like if I'm having a bad game, like okay, when we played that gridlock hardpoint on land, bro, like looking at the scoreboard, it literally like tore me apart, bro. Like I looked at it and I was like, dude,
it gets in your mind 100%.
I just like made like a personal rule, like you don't look at the scoreboard mid map unless I'm looking at. Well, it's different this year because I had like count specialists on the other team.
Yeah.
Like I never. Like even if like I had like it was like weird, like I was playing pubs with somebody. I was playing pubs with J Pro like a week ago, and I had like 60 something kills, and he goes, "Nick, you're frying your." I'm like, "Don't tell me my stats."
Yeah.
Don't tell me my stats.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I do not look on a scoreboard in
like if I know my stats mid game, I get my own
It's
head.
definitely bad in this game because you need to track specialists.
Yeah.
But I usually
just,
play
like,
a
glance down and
specialist
there it
that
is.
doesn't necessarily like you need to track.
Low
So
key,
it doesn't
that's
matter
why
as much, but
low key, I think that's why. Personally, I liked like just for that, I liked the time better. Just because.
No. That was very bad.
Honestly, I thought that time
No.
was
Can
best
I
more
explain
random.
myself with it? Like,
No.
You don't want it to be random.
Yeah, you don't.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It was worse with time because.
Go ahead,
No,
Chuck.
they said it's better with time.
Go ahead, Chuck.
Yes, because now with the score is better.
Go ahead, Chuck.
All right. The reason I'm saying that is because I felt like it kept people off the like scoreboard as much. Like your specialist person could look at their thing and then maybe look at their score, maybe just like one-on-one and say, hey, like. But I guess still.
At that point in the game, I feel like people compared it more to their specialists.
Yeah.
Because you
have to look at your own stats.
Because time would be more comparable.
Than score. Yeah, I guess.
But score makes more sense. Like
score is more competitive. It's better in a competitive setting.
I agree. Even though like if you're very good at like pulling up the scoreboard and only looking at the other team, it's good. And even some people, if you look at your own stats and you're negative, it may not get in people's minds. That's like a great skill to have as a competitive COD player. But
I feel like even if you look at the scoreboard and I'm like, if I look at it, I'm like frying. Like I'm like triple pause, look at the scoreboard, and I die like 5 times in a row. I start getting in my head like, oh shit.
Yeah, same way with me.
Like I was frying. What happened?
The way I started like
it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah. I look at the scoreboard. I don't care how well I'm doing. I always start communicating. Even when I was in the UFC with everyone, and I had bad games. I just started communicating. Like if I'm doing bad, I gotta communicate. Like I gotta do more.
Right.
For them.
Yeah. I think that's one always been the biggest thing for me is like I don't care if you have bad games as long as you're communicating with me and like telling me something that's going on the map. I don't care. But a lot of like one of the bad habits I feel like a lot of AM team. Yeah, I was about to say a lot of AM players have that mindset of I'm doing bad, so I'm gonna get down on myself and just not talk. And I hate that. That's like literally the most detrimental thing you can do.
You both said the same thing. If you're getting shot on the most, you should be talking the most.
Right.
You're
Exactly.
off spawn more than anyone.
Right. And I think small talk is something. Yeah, small talk is something that's just like a lost cause.
I stopped talking too. It's hard to
it's hard
because I do the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's competitive COD is like so egotistical and like.
Yeah.
I got better.
It's a momentum-based game. It's such a momentum-based game to play because like if you're on a high, like a huge high, if you're frying in COD, like you're on a high, and then like if you're getting like destroyed, it's such a low.
It affects your like psyche so much.
Right. It'll affect the rest of my day, bro. Like if I'm playing COD early on in the day and I do bad,
match, bro, I'm not talking to anyone.
Right. The next day, I swear.
I wouldn't say small talk is like a lost cause. I think it definitely needs to be like I think that definitely needs to be a thing though.
No, I didn't say I lost call. I'm saying like it's a lost like art like within the community. Like a lot of AM players don't do it anymore. Like calling out where you spawn, where you're pushing, like telling your teammate, "Hey, let's wait and push this together." Stuff like that.
They're getting shit on, they'll die and not say a word.
Right.
Like,
I just feel like I stop talking when I get like a three. If I get like a 3-piece, I stop talking and just like zone.
That's another thing.
And get my streaks, and people are like,
but that's also a problem too.
Yeah. You're not communicating.
I'm not telling you like I need. Hey,
if you're killing people and like determining where to spawn based on the time you kill someone is like also a big thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
All right, we're gonna do. Go ahead, Nixon.
I was gonna say that's why in-game leaders like especially when it comes to spawns.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as important in this game as it was in other games. In this game, spawns are really, really fucking random sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I think
they're random, but like I feel like
I can still predict them.
Very important.
Yeah, I can still predict them most of the time. Maybe not as much as World War II.
Super important to me, just because it shows where the enemy's not going to be, so you can assume where they are going to be.
Yeah, and I feel like there's so many like you can get pinched on so much in this game because of the spawns that is that's another reason it's super important. Because like one way to make me lose full,
you gotta say it.
One way to make me lose full is like if we get pinched.
Super far out. You assume people are spawning like good for the new hill, but also pinching at the same time.
Right.
So, like.
Because I was saying
exactly where you spawn is huge.
Right.
I think.
It's also like a minimap awareness thing. Like if you're looking at your minimap and you see your teammates spawn up far away and you don't hear them, like you can call that out too.
Right, but a lot of times, like especially in hardpoint, this game is so fast paced that a lot of times you don't have time to like look at that minimap and get that information. So it's still super important.
It's such like I feel like a lot of time when I'm playing with like CCL players or like players that don't take competitive super serious, like I'm calling out where they spawn for them, just because I feel like as a player I have pretty good like minimap awareness. So like I'm calling out where they spawn for them and communicating that for them, whereas I should be focusing on like gunfights because I'm already in the action. So
Adam do that shit a lot.
I've been working on it this year, but originally I had a different opinion on this, and then I started getting dragged at by a lot of people, and I've started working on it some. It's still not good, but I started working on it some. And that's like, and especially if rumors hold true for next year about there not being a mini map, I think you're gonna have this.
That's not true. That's not true.
I'm just saying, y'all saw the rumors that there might not be a mini map, so that's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying.
There's going to be a mini map in competitive probably.
What I'm saying is, if a team, in my opinion, if a team is communicating effectively 100% perfectly, you should never have to look at the media.
That's not true.
Not true.
Because
no team can have that perfect of communication that they do not like. The minimap is literally more important than anything on your screen.
Example. Like when you die in hardpoint and you come off spawn, your teammate isn't always going to tell you where you need to pick up. You need to be able to look at your minimap and say, okay, I have teammates watching this, and this. I need to pick this up.
I should watch this. Yes.
Yeah.
There's no professional Call of Duty team will have good enough communication that can give you the information of a minimap.
Right, exactly.
Like
And with
I
Fargo
remember
War now,
Prestini
you
tweeted
get
about
free
this last
info.
year. He said, "What's the most important thing on your screen?" I think it was a poll. The mini map was like far.
Yeah.
The mini map is the most important thing on your
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah. We're gonna
With
do.
Fargo War, you get like free info.
I just know everybody has saw those rumors about there possibly not being a mini map.
It's not gonna be
That's
true.
not
There'll
true.
be a mini map.
We're gonna
Should be
do
an
like 3 more because we're like almost 2.5 hours. I'm trying to find some good ones. This one was everybody was requesting that this one would get answered. Who's the better girlfriend, Katie or Morgan?
Ooh.
I'm not answering this.
Go ahead and give your pitch, Shaq.
I'll let you go first.
I mean, I guess for me, like,
Obviously, he's gonna say Katie.
yeah, obviously I'm gonna say Katie,
I'm
but
not gonna
like,
say Katie. I'm just gonna say,
I guess like okay, we'll both get 3 points that make it. So for me, Katie literally hasn't been involved in esports like at all. Like she literally hasn't had any knowledge of esports before she met me. Like how supportive she's been of it. I guess like from the beginning, like coming to sitting and watching me playing an open bracket all day is not something that's like easy to do. You literally have when you have no idea like what COD is at all.
You don't even know what you're watching.
Right,
so.
exactly. So that's not. I commend her like for that. On top of that, like she's the first girl that I've dated that's like had like a life, I guess, like outside of me. Like she works super hard like with her dog stuff and like has her own like dog training business and stuff. So that's pretty admirable. And I guess just like she's like a girl that I've dated where like I don't y'all, we've all had girlfriends, so like I guess just like there comes a time where you feel like you need a break from your girlfriend. Like I don't know if y'all ever feel that way, but like you feel like you're around them so much, you're just like, all right, I need like a break to be like on my own. Like I never feel like that with Katie.
Yeah.
So I guess that's like my 3 points.
You'll get there.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
No offense to my girlfriend, but that's the way you are with me, bro.
Oh my god, bro. All
I
right,
feel like
Shaq.
anyone appreciates their alone time, but that's
so
Yeah.
that's a different topic.
personally, Morgan's not my number one hype person.
I thought he's about to say Morgan was not his number one girlfriend. I was about to be like, oh, oh my god.
No, Morgan's the best. So like Morgan is best should be her new name. I'm just saying, but
No.
Nah, we're good.
But so y'all know she actually knows about Kai. So therefore, she knows what a good player is and a bad player is. Like she knows enough to know that. Okay, like she knows the game. She knows.
So she knows you're trash?
And she knows
He's saying
I'm
he
trash.
likes her because he's
No, listen. The thing I'm saying is, she knows I'm trash, but she's still gonna sit there and hype me up about it. You know.
Yeah, I guess.
And so, but she did just make a really good point in chat too. About I feel like you can't really compare these two because it's two like different things. Like y'all see each other.
Right. Yeah, that's why I said we can both.
that's
That's a
we
weird
can't-
question to
Yeah,
ask.
we just have to like we
I
FaceTime
feel like-
every day. We talk every day, but we don't get to see each other in person. Every
No
day.
one else can comment on this but Katie but Serge and Shaq, but they're obviously gonna pick their own. That's a bad question.
Yeah.
We can pick another one.
But
They were both very
Wow.
supportive of our team in the open bracket. I appreciate both of them.
Yeah.
Morgan found your glasses, Serge, so that was like
The water, the headsets are
Water.
both clutch. Yeah.
yeah.
what
so
I was about to say is
I appreciate both of them, even though I yelled at Morgan probably all night last night.
I think everybody.
I apologize to her, so just so
Listen,
everyone knows.
I think everybody that played on that team needs to thank Morgan for being a pretty much our like team mom.
You already thanked her, bro. Anyways, we're getting a new question. Who are you most excited to see play in the upcoming CCL season? CCL season. Who am I most excited to see play?
Individual player?
Or teams.
We can do one player and one team.
Hmm.
I want to see Ole Miss play.
Player. I'm excited to see Poner because a lot of people like are doubting him right now, saying like, oh, without slides and without all this, like he's gonna be like a bot. Like I'm really excited to see him play.
I disagree with that just because Christian has good gun skill.
He has really good map knowledge too. I feel like.
Yeah, and that's gonna like translate to any COD. Christian's just really a good COD player.
Right. I think. But if I had to pick a team, I'm excited to see. Hey, dude. I think
You came with passion.
I'm gonna just encompass like multiple because I can't think of one. I'm excited to see like the new teams that come in and are like really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like what new teams are gonna come in and like rise to the top like immediately. The CCL.
That's like personally as a team, I'm ready to see like Texas A&M.
Yeah, I'm ready to see them play actually.
Like I'm ready to kind of see Texas.
Did y'all ever scrim them?
Yeah, we scrimmed them in BO4. We used to always like smoke them off the map for the most part, but they definitely like some of the maps. They took some maps off us. But
I tell you a team,
Yeah.
a lot of people
We were taking controls and some hard points off them.
I tell you a team, I think a lot of people are going to be sleeping on this year too, just based on what I've saw of them. I think it was like UC Boulder or something like that. It's like this like light blue colored school.
yeah, I don't think they're like good right now, but I think that team like they're already grinding like in BO4 together. So that when Modern Warfare comes out, they're gonna be a grinding
huge.
team.
They're not even. So
Yeah.
the thing is, they're
Chemistry
not
is, like,
bad
huge.
now though. They're not bad at all now though.
Yeah, I didn't say they're bad, but they're not. They wouldn't be a top CCL team this season. But I think, like I said, the fact that they're grinding BO4 together now.
And, like, the thing with the GCC guys is like I don't think any of them are like insanely talented. No offense to them, but like
Right.
their chemistry is really good.
Yeah.
They've been playing together since so long, so
Yeah.
they had a good run in the CCL.
What about you, Adam?
I don't know. I didn't really prepare for this question. Player. I don't know, man. You might need to come back to me.
I'm ready to hey, low key, I'm ready to see Shaq play Modern Warfare, bro. Like to see how like
Shaq's gonna get smoked.
oh, but I want to see like how, where does this
Modern
skill
Warfare
go?
will probably be a slower game, so
Right.
like his KD probably won't be as bad.
Mhm.
But he might
But
camp
it,
with
it,
players.
it also depends what the third game mode is because we don't
That's
know
true.
that yet.
It'll probably
Yeah.
just be-
I'm
I
guessing
think
it's going to be
CTF.
hardpoint S&D something, but like
I'm guessing CTF.
we don't know. It's probably
I
going to
hope
be
it's
CTF.
CTF. I hope it is CTF.
I like CTF a lot.
Modified CCF. Ooh.
Let me be an OBJ player, please, God. Like,
I don't know.
What about team? You don't have a team you want to see?
The team I want to see is honestly OSU because I
Mhm.
don't know what the fuck's going on right now. To be honest.
Oh my
I
god!
hope we have a good team. I mean, I'm probably gonna play.
3-time.
He looks so pained to say this right.
Our team was like, the thing is that like our team was so fucking good, we just didn't play. So like
Yeah.
we got on for matches and just like played.
I still say y'all are the most talented team in the league.
Our team was the most talented.
Yeah,
team.
y'all are definitely the most talented team. I don't care what
We're the most
anybody
talented
says.
team. But we got top 8, so we suck.
What so
This
wait,
thing-
but
the thing
nobody
about this game is
graduated,
it's
right?
So much teamwork.
Nobody graduated. Like you still have West,
No
Ty.
one graduated, but Jason.
Jason
like,
isn't going to OSU.
He stopped playing. He stopped.
Yeah.
Playing. Yeah, he stopped. Yeah.
hey, y'all can
Either
always-
way, like OSU's the last OSU team might be chalked. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, like, I'm thinking about taking Modern Warfare like actually like super serious and competing in majors. We'll see. Like that's like on. It's just like on the cards, I guess you could say.
I hope
but-
I wake up the day it comes
So
out.
if I do that, the CCL might be like
Afterthought.
like how Shane dealt with it this year. Like he
Yeah.
played, but he didn't like practice with his team. So
Mm, yeah.
That'll
we'll
probably
see.
be
If we
scary
can
next
fill a
game.
five-man roster like without me, who like actually want to play a lot for the CCL, then we'll do that. So
Yeah.
I hope
it's all up in the air for me. So we'll see.
What about you, Nick?
For teams, I kind of have two, but I want to see like Ole Miss play because I really I want to see Surge and like Honer succeed again. And just because like I got to hang out with like the whole Ole Miss team at Volland and stuff. I liked your Esports org and stuff. But I'm also excited because I have a completely new team because like everyone but me left, so I have to like. I have people lined up, but like a lot of them are new.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to like, I
Bro,
guess
if you had, like,
train
a
them up.
coach, I got you with coaching, bro.
I still need.
Yeah,
to
'cause Goose
players.
Bale-
I would
be a
also
coach.
love to be a coach. I feel
Yeah.
like I'd be a really good coach.
So I'm just like, I guess I'm excited and also kind of nervous because I'm gonna have to change how I like
Play?
like lead a team. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like new players, if I'm just like, I can't like, I guess like, because I expected people this season to know what they were doing, and they didn't. And next season, I have to go into it thinking these guys don't know what they're doing, and I have to teach them.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm excited for that, and just have a whole new a whole new 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just excited to play because I didn't think I was gonna get to play like a month ago.
I still need to say a player as well.
Did you say a team?
Yeah, I said teams, but
Oh.
I think the player that I'm most excited to see, honestly, for a full year in the league is probably Cameron State.
Mm-hmm. That's a good answer. Yeah, that's a good answer.
Just because, like, they picked him up like 2/3 after about 2/3 of the league was done, and that team had pretty much lost its will, but he brought it back. It's like they were like he brings the he's got the most passion probably out of anybody in MSU COD right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've played against Cameron. He's like not like he plays an ICR, so it doesn't require the most talent. But he's like very disciplined in how he plays the map. So I feel like if Cameron is surrounded by talented like sub players or like flex players, like he could lead a team.
Yeah, he's a really good head on his shoulders too. He's a really good mindset.
I've never played with him, so I can't like determine how good of a teammate he is.
Yeah, he's a really good teammate. I play with him.
He's always got like the only time I've ever seen the dude get down is when they like you're getting like, and even then it's not like terribly down, but when he's getting like completely is like ass handed to him, like
it's hard not.
It's hard not to.
Right, yeah, like at that time you can't blame the man for cracking,
Yeah. What about
I feel like Cameron could be a good idea.
Yeah, Cameron. No, he really can be. He really can be. He would need to work on that a little more. He don't talk quite enough, in my opinion, to do that yet, but he's really close. He's really close.
What about you, Nixon?
Shit, I got a couple players in my list. I'm excited for Poner. I became really close to Poner because, I started playing with Tweak, him, Lunars, and Zilla. We were trying to qualify a couple of times. He's really good.
Yeah.
I feel like he's really talented.
Mm-hmm.
And for the people for the people that say about the sliding shit, I just gotta say, the sliding mechanics in this game, yes, they're broken, but it doesn't define someone's skill.
Right. It isn't the end all be all of a good COD player.
Yeah, you could get like Cameron.
Christian just guns me sometimes, like straight up. Like
Christian plays very.
This guy was gunning Brack before he shot his body.
Yeah.
Christian is one of the few players. Before he shot his body. That's another
We'll
topic.
talk about after.
Bro, he like when I play against Christian, like Christian's one of the few people. There's very, very few people like ever that can like make me second guess if I'm like good enough to win a gunfight.
Good, yes.
Bro, every time I see Christian challenge me, I'm like, okay, I might need to go ahead and back up out of this gunfight. I'm not even gonna lie. So like, that dude is ridiculously talented.
Yeah, he's really good. But I would say also, whoever, I just want to say this shit. Whoever shoots bodies in the first match, I'm supporting that guy for the entire time. Because I used to be the one bro, I'm shoot bodies, I'll support you. Because like people got really mad about the shooting body things, but I feel like it brings passion into the table.
I feel like that's a
storyline, bro.
Bro, people can't even tell you. I remember I think I shot Lou's body or someone like in scrims. I shot Sergio's body with J Pros and like multiple. Like I do that shit just to fuck around type of shit. But like I feel like sometimes when you do that shit, it can either bite you in the ass or you can use that as
100%.
Yeah,
bro. Like some people get nervous after they shoot bodies and like have it. Like I shot their body, like I
have
need
to win
do something.
Yeah.
Like I have to smoke them, and then like they'll do some like wrong shit on the map.
Not gonna lie, when I used to use shoot bodies, I used to shoot bodies for a reason. Like I think I dropped like 5 50 bombs in a row, and with a SOG, like in Arsenal, all these 5 50 bombs. You know what the fuck with a SOG?
Yeah.
But like I shoot bodies just so I can have fun. I even going into like nothing personal, just the moment. Spur in the moment.
A lot of COD players are like that. I've never been one to shoot bodies personally, but like I'm also like a main AR player who's not like smoking people. Like I just catch people off position.
This dude Adam has apologized for shooting bodies before. I think he turned on Ricky in World War II. He said, "Ricky, I'm so sorry." Shot his body, bro.
At the time, I liked Ricky a lot, but he got smoked. So.
I like
Adam.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've always been one to like only shoot bodies.
I try not to define myself as like a COD kid.
Yeah,
I feel like so many COD players are just like weird in the head.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't shoot bodies.
I shoot bodies for a reason.
I usually only ever do
if you actually smoke someone and shoot bodies, like I support.
Right, that's fine. Yeah, that's usually how I see it.
shoot
Like
bodies
Ricky,
with
Ricky last night.
Yes.
Sat in a corner, killed Surge, said ass.
And shot my
shot his body.
I was
Like,
mind blown,
Ricky
bro.
is a COD kid.
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question. Was he in a corner?
Yes, he was
in a
playing.
corner.
He was in a
Bro, I
barrel
watched
corner,
the
bro.
VOD. From my perspective, I looked at the minimap. He was in the corner, like the last part of barrels.
Yeah, the right
like,
corner
in
of
the corner
barrels.
before dark.
Yeah.
And he shot his body. He said ass. I was like in my head. I was like, let's go, Ricky.
Yeah.
And then I watched Surge's point of view from the same part. He like just ran through barrels, like didn't check the corner.
Yeah, I didn't check the corner.
Got shot in the back. And Ricky said ass.
I was like, what is wrong with this weirdo, bro? I paused it at work and I was like, did Ricky just
Ricky's
say?
just a COD kid at
Yeah,
heart.
bro.
Like, he's
Ricky's an
the defin-
oddball.
Good.
What about
And
your
I feel
team?
like a lot of people are like that, like if they played COD for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
feel like
probably.
it's like
Yeah.
instilled
Mhm.
in a lot of like competitive COD players for
Yeah,
whatever reason.
And I think in esports, like, there's gonna be ego to some degree anyway. Like, you have to have an
100%.
ego in esports in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if Ricky has an ego, then yeah.
Yeah, I have a question. This
Mhm.
is very serious. Remember about the JCAB situation with the United about like the hyping situation, like doesn't like Clayster being hype in certain ways
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What do you guys feel about like if in the beginning of the map and your teammate just starts hyping you up?
I
saying,
love
"We need
hype.
2 or 3 kills."
Honestly,
I think
hype
it-
me up.
So like when I
Hey,
first
I
started
think what's going on,
watching odd, like the hype factor and like the trash talking was like that was the pinpoint for me where I was like, yo, like this is something like really dope. And I think it makes it different from other esports in an area where Call of Duty isn't an esport that's like widely accepted because it's not on PC, mouse and keyboard. So I think like the more things that COD has that can separate itself from those esports, the better. And I think the hype aspect and the trash talk aspect is something that contributes to that. So I don't know why people wouldn't want that in COD to me.
I'll get
Super
hyped at
fun.
any excuse. If I get a 2-piece and someone says let's go, I'll get hyped.
Yeah.
I love hype.
I
when
like
we were
the
on LAN
hype,
screaming
but
at people, that was like the most fun part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to hype. I like on LAN, like talking shit. It's fun, but like
I also understand.
I like
taking it
United,
far.
but I'm not a fan of Clayster personally, just because I think he takes it too far. A lot
like
of people
Clay
like
can, like,
United just because of like Clayster
I like Clayster.
personality, but
Yeah.
like I think he takes it too far individually, just because like he gets hyped over like weird stuff. I feel like just because like for the show, if that makes sense.
That's what fans know him for is getting.
If it's
hyped.
like if
Has
it's
to
like
get hyped.
fake, if I can like feel it's fake, I don't like watching it.
Right.
Personally,
That's just
I
my
followed
take on it.
Clayster ever since like his short time on FaZe.
Short. He was on phase for a year and a half.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't
For
consider
2
that
years.
like a long. Well, 2 years. Yeah, true.
He was
Yeah,
all
well,
like
maybe I
half of
should-
AW, all of Black Ops 3, and the half of IW.
So since his time on FaZe, I followed.
Yeah.
Clayster.
My thing is if you make a good play on LAN and you actually like shit on the other team, get hyped, please. Like I actually love watching that
Yeah, I
shit.
do too.
Like,
But if you like
after
shoot someone in the
Scott got
back
that
or
1v1,
like Clayster clutched a 1v1 in World War II, shot bodies, teabagged, and like
Yeah.
then defused
Like,
the bomb, like that shit was
Yeah.
so whack. You won a
Saturday,
1v1 one time. Like chill
Yeah.
the fuck out.
like the Scump Stellium 1v1 Saturday at Anaheim. Like Scump getting hyped.
Same
after
thing with that. Like he got way too like it's just a 1v1, it's a 50-50, you win it. Like he made a good play, he had a sub, so like he challenged as close as
Yeah.
he could. He made a
Yeah.
good play. He won the gunfight, but like
I
I don't.
would,
I feel like a lot of people gas that. And a
Yeah.
lot of people like hype that up.
Personally, I
Like I said, it's a good play, but that's like what Scump, a veteran of Call of Duty, should do in that situation. He made the
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
play. Good job. You should not like.
yeah,
It was hyped up the
too
whole
much,
weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would like to say this. Like, I like getting hyped sometimes. Like, I've always gotten hyped, but like,
I love it.
Journey,
I
but
yeah.
there's a problem with that. It also comes to a lot of miscommunication and ego challenging, dumb
Yeah.
gunfights. Like I
Mid
remember
map,
Adam.
it's completely
Yeah,
different.
I
Mid-map
remember
is
Adam.
completely
Adam
different.
called me a dumb fuck or some shit like that. He just fucking around because I challenged a kid on a heady on elbow on the heady with a SOG.
Yeah.
He called me a dumb fuck, and I'm like, shit. I'm just like I felt myself, so I tried some dumb shit. And like those type of like gun games, you're giving away a life and you're giving away positioning.
I
and,
do the
like,
same shit too. I remember like, forget it was
Yeah.
a scrim or what, but Toonie was like shoulder. It's the same map frequency. We were in ring.
Yeah.
He said shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. I
Dude,
slid,
Adam
smoked
literally
someone.
jumped out and
That was-
I got
challenged, bro.
streaks because of it, so it's
Yeah.
kind of different. But
Yeah.
Surge is like the same. I challenged the guy
it's
on
the same
flat
thing. Like
yesterday,
a
Surge.
lot of ego or a lot of AMs just like ego
Yeah.
child shit. So
Yeah.
Like
was
that
on
was
a
like the
freak
first.
yesterday.
Yeah. That was
On the
like the
freak
first time.
yesterday, I did the same shit, and Sergio yelled at me.
Yeah. What about
Yeah.
teams, Nixon? I don't think you said like what teams are you looking forward to watching?
Shit, I'm with some people. I'm really grateful that Toonie put me in this shit. Nahian also,
Tierney needs you.
bro. I'll be honest with you. Besides Nahian, like I still talk to Millsy and everything. He's really cool.
Yeah.
Kage, I barely talk to him, but Toonie out of everyone, like he's like honestly, there's no reason that you cannot be friends with this man.
Yeah,
This man
Toonie's
is
such a
you
good teammate.
cannot not like
Reliable.
Tierney.
Yeah, Toonie's a
Like,
really good
He's
teammate.
reliable. He's a goat. Like hopefully he's hearing this, but like I said, bro,
Tierney's
I
the nicest guy in the CCL.
Yeah,
Probably.
I love
Yeah.
you the passion
That's
because
just
you
fact.
have the
Like,
Canadian
Down to earth
essence.
kindness and
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
He has
really
like
nice.
Hey,
pure
tell me
like
all the
pure
time.
niceness. I was gonna say, but I'm really excited. I'm really excited to just see every single match. Like I'm just like that in every single time.
Yeah.
And even like I just want to see people play. I want to see people like actually try their hardest. Like
I want to see the highest level COD that
Yeah.
the CCL can produce.
put it-
Bro,
Yeah,
if
I
you
agree.
put me in the coach, bro, you give me Shaq, I got him. I'll make him a good player.
I would
I
love
tried,
to
bro.
honestly like play
I
like,
tried.
super competitively and then coach the OSU team. Like
Oh,
that would be my like dream.
yo,
if that
by the
makes
way,
sense.
I don't strike pack. The kids that said I don't strike either. Shit, just in case.
All right, two more.
Yo, if you wanna
Marco.
scuff, I'm selling this one. By the way,
Yo, is he a
PSA.
strike player?
PSA to everybody on iTunes. Adam's telling us if you want to buy it. Marco asks, what new
I
CCL
finished Battle
merch
Beaver.
would you cop?
It says CCL on it.
I just
That's
want
not
a,
a
I just
black
want
shirt.
a generic. I want a generic CCL jersey, just black, gold, CCL logo on it. That's it. Like
I just want
generic.
a shirt. I just want a T-shirt.
Nah, I just want a hat.
Or a
Yeah.
hat.
Oh, dad hat. Yeah, that'd be
I got
dope.
a
feel
free.
like-
I got a free hat. But the
Like a
thing is,
shirt would
it's
be
a
too
dad
much.
hat, but it's like a certain style of dad.
I feel like I won't wear this shirt in public, but like if I
You got
have
a
hat,
free
I'll wear it.
CCL hat? I didn't even get free. Hold on. Me and Jay about to have a problem.
I don't get
No, you got a
free things.
oh, you got a hat. You gonna show it?
Wait. Show the hat.
Jay
Show the
gave
hat.
it to me.
Okay, yeah. So here's a hat. I got it for free.
Oh, that's
It's
a.
like a jacket.
That's a jacket.
Oh,
Man, get that out of here, dude.
Listen, it's a Velcro strap, and like the back isn't like
Open or whatever. Or I guess it has
damn,
like
open.
we're doing
holy.
reviews now? Shit.
it's not like holy, and the front it's like taller. So some dad hats it's like very like short.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
So
Oh, that's the jacket.
the
that
front
looks
is like
Atlanta.
tall.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
part right here is like tall to the top.
So it's like a trucker hat.
I love
Like-
the people
No,
gonna
trucker
wear
hats
apple.
have holes like in the cap
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
just
for
want a generic.
It's like
shirt
a
that says
trucker
CCL
hat
logo.
but without holes.
a shirt. You said a
Like,
Like
shirt.
taller.
Yeah.
I would cop. I would
Literally
cop a
this, just like with a
shirt.
CCL logo, and maybe it says like College COD on the back.
Yeah.
I would not buy a jersey.
For
I would-
me,
I would
probably
not buy a
get jersey,
generic
but-
jersey.
I think I would for like okay, so like if we had like CCL jerseys at Anaheim, I thought that would have been pretty dope.
I would definitely buy just a plain CCL.
I would
jersey.
probably buy a CCL
that-
jersey.
I
Yeah,
don't
like,
know. To me, that doesn't represent like a team.
A brand, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would just like a T-shirt.
I
like,
want to support
um,
the CCL in that sense, but it doesn't represent a team or like
Yeah.
a.
This is an
Like,
entire.
I
It
was
represents
like-
a league in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
They
think
did their first merch drop. I felt they got too fancy with it for their first merch drop.
I don't think they got too fancy. I just think that like they didn't give us enough like we didn't have enough fight nights and enough explanation as to who King Stan was and as to who 55th
Yeah.
Immortals were. Like
I
if
just think it was like, they were hyping up the whole thing as like CCL merch to start with. That's what.
Yeah, I just think like I think
Yeah, they
And it
hyped
was
up
fight
CCL
night.
merch, but it was all like fight night.
Fight
based.
night.
Yeah.
And that's
Very
like that.
weird.
Low key pissed me off a little bit. Like that's the one bad decision I think they've made so far.
well no like I said I think it would have been fine. I just think like if you're gonna make
other
up
stuff
these make up these teams and make up these like different brands or whatever, you have to give us some insight as to why we should want like to buy 55th Immortals. Like what does 55th Immortals stand for? Like what's the whole concept behind it? The same thing with King Stan, and I think they didn't do a good job of that. So that's why a lot of people didn't end up buying the merch. But I think for me, like I want to see, I'm a sucker for crew neck, so like a CCL crew neck would be dope for me.
I'd buy like a regular tee, 100%.
Like a hoodie.
Yeah, and I'm a sucker for like long sleeves that have like something on the sleeves, like
Or
as
long
well.
sleeve. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. So like, I don't know what they. I guess they could put like college and COD or something like that. I don't know, but like, I think that'd be dope too. I'll definitely cop that.
And like simple tees that don't necessarily like
Too much.
huge logos or shit. Like just a
A pocket tee would be dope.
Yeah.
pocket tee or like
Yeah.
with
CCL
a
logo on the
CCL
pocket.
on the pocket.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
That would literally be and like
buy
on
that.
the left sleeve, like college colleague or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I would cop that 100%.
Yeah, I like
Can
that.
Like a completely black pocket tee with like the like white and gold CCL logo or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
it is.
Mhm.
Can I ask y'all
I'd
a
cop that
question?
100%.
What's up?
As long as it's like less than 40, I'd
Would
cop.
y'all support? Do y'all? Okay, let me rephrase this. Do y'all think they should add a GPA requirement to it?
I think that should be up to
Yes
the
and
discretion
no.
of
Should be,
your
like,
esports organization.
2.5.
Yes, if there's a
I think it should
Buy-in.
definitely be like a 2 or a 2.5, and that like
If you have a
What is it
below
for
a
athletics?
2.5,
2.5.
you need to focus on school.
I agree. The athletics is about
Rocket League-
2.5, so yeah, I think that should be it.
no. Rocket League is a 2.5. I know that for a fact because that was the one that was higher than everything else. I know most other leagues. I'm pretty sure it's a 2.0. And
Well,
in NCAA, you just gotta have a 70, so that's a 2.0.
Well, like I
The thing
said,
about a
varsity.
2.0 here is like you can't even advance in your class.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same. You can't do that. Really.
Like, so 2.5 somewhere. I don't know.
think you should
Like-
definitely. 'Cause
Like I
I
said,
just don't think you should be able to go and like fell out and play kind.
I think like a
that
2.0
hurts.
Well,
makes.
that doesn't happen anyway, because if you fail out, then
Yeah.
you're not a full-time student
What?
unless you're retaking
Yeah.
the same classes
Right.
over
That's
and
true.
over.
Like if you're like failing, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're consistently failing, I think you should be doing something other than playing games.
I think like so for me like I feel like a 2.0 is too low just for the simple fact that like I think it takes away from the legitimacy of like collegiate esports in the sense that varsity athletics in college it requires a 2.5. So I feel like if you tell people okay esports only requires a 2.0, people look at that as like oh like okay they're not as focused on their schoolwork
The reason,
and
Yeah.
the reason I said a 2.0 is because, to my knowledge, all but like one collegiate league right now is a 2.0.
not varsity athletics though.
Right.
Right, so I'm saying like
No,
I
they
think
only have to have a
Varsity athletics usually have a GPA requirement too, but
Let me
that's-
see.
yeah,
I'm
two
fixing to
point
look that
five.
up.
I think it's
there's
2.5.
also an asterisk on that because like a lot of collegiate athletes have like other people do their homework.
Oh
and
yeah,
shit.
100%. But I just feel like collegiate esports, in order for it to gain a lot of traction and people to take it seriously, it needs to sort of mirror like the athletics department.
So
I agree.
D1,
And the thing that's
GPA
impressive about collegiate sports or esports is like that players are able to handle an education while
Right. Yeah.
being able to compete at the highest level. So,
Right. Exactly.
like for me as a viewer, that's the like most impressive part. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
NCAA D1 eligibility is a 2.3 GPA requirement.
0.3. Yeah. So yeah. So I don't think we should go anywhere below that. That's just my opinion.
D2 is a 2.2, but there's nothing underneath that.
All right. Last question
there, it's fine.
comes from Goat Tunes, the Humber player. During the next CCL season, is there anything you want to see teams doing, things like extra content, or even at minimum being socially active
Just
within the
kidding.
community?
I think every team should have content coming out.
Rotate.
It's not gonna happen.
That's
but
that's
Yeah,
not gonna-
it's not gonna happen,
I mean,
but
okay,
I think
feel
it would
the
help.
top teams, like the top 4, like should be making.
Obviously, it
content.
would help just because like Optic's the biggest org because they're the best at making content, but that's unrealistic at a
Like
collegiate
I know
level.
I plan on making like I'm gonna buy an Elgato and a PC.
Yeah.
I hope to start making content.
Go facts.
I think I just have mainly just I have 3. So one, I want to see people actually like maintain passion throughout the entire season. Don't like stop trying, quote
It's a
unquote, stop
byproduct of
trying
the league
because
setup, but yeah.
Yeah.
But like I feel like most of that was because like people were getting smoked and they were like, oh okay, well we just don't care anymore, so we're not gonna try.
But there's also like in our case, like we were smoking everyone, but
mhm,
we also had an easy ass schedule, so no one cared.
right,
We
yeah.
got on played, smoked everyone.
And I think like the
Playoffs came
no
and we got smoked. So.
the no prize pool thing sort of attributes to that too. But I think at the end of the day, like what
Yeah.
people have to realize is like that this league is like there's no cons to playing in this league. Like it's only gonna help you. It's only gonna help your school. So like you should want to represent it in the best way that you can. And then I guess 2, I want to see more teams like playing on stream. Like I promise you, it's not hard to set aside time for your team to play on stream. Like that only helps us and only helps you. So try to play on stream as much as possible.
I don't know. I feel if I can come out of that real quick, like we were mostly available like Mondays and Wednesdays, like based on our schedules. But the stream was Tuesdays and Thursdays, so like we didn't play on stream a lot. But that you said, I don't know. I didn't feel like it helped us or hurt us.
For instance, so well, let's say this then. Like you may not think it doesn't help or hurt you, but if the CCL gets bigger, does your brand not get bigger? The OSU Esports brand get bigger?
100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I do agree with that.
It benefits everybody in the long run because the more content we put out, the more popular we're gonna get.
Before OSU Esports gets bigger, I want the CCL to grow just because I support the league. I've been around since the beginning, so
yeah,
like,
and
I want that for the league. So
and I think we all do, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
and
so.
I think and people say like you can't make time. Like people sort of like get amnesia. Like season 0, I don't know if you remember Adam. We literally didn't have a choice. Like we literally like our match time.
We did, but like they had a way of enforcing it that made it seem like we didn't.
Yeah,
like we did that because I was like dying.
And I said that to John. I've said that to John the whole season. You need to be more strict about people playing their games.
Yeah,
like, we did not play Toronto for like 3.5 weeks.
Yeah,
and that's a problem. Even though I was like a part of the problem, like I understand that's a problem. Like, I mean, that was a very weird game because I think like one of them went on vacation for the weekend, and then one of us went on the vacation for a weekend. So like it was very weird. I understand that. So, but it's still a problem.
Yeah,
like, it should not be that lenient.
Yeah.
We should have probably got a double forfeit for that. But
one thing I would think about though is y'all remember, y'all were just talking about how y'all would like to see like more teams play on stream and stuff.
Yeah.
My thing is like, if they do, what I would like to see done, if they go to this, the system that John had talked about when we had the podcast about the future of the CCL, and you have a Premier League and an Open League, I would like to see them have like, maybe certain nights for just the Premier League and certain nights. Like, so if they're wanting to do content like 6 nights a week, maybe 2 nights you do like Premier League matches, 2 nights you do Open League matches. That way those Open League teams are still able to get like the publicity from the CCL and stuff, even though they might not be like the best teams or anything for like their club and stuff. You know what I'm saying? For their school, to show their school off.
I there's more opportunities to play on stream because I was like dying to play on stream all season. I got to play on stream once.
I think it might be a little scorched if you only stream Premier League matches.
Yeah, I feel like they were very picky about the matches played, even they didn't have like the right to be, if that makes sense. Like,
right, I agree. Yeah,
well, they let us ECU.
If they had a match, even though it was like 2 shitter teams, no offense, like they wouldn't stream it, even though it's better than nothing.
Right, that's what I keep trying to tell people. Even like with the blowout matches, like sure we might see one team get blowout. People might talk trash in chat,
I think
but
if they enforce to like be on a streamed match once every other week at least, like once every 2 weeks, then
I think even like the staff picks highlight like marquee matches that they want on stream, and you have to show up to.
But
those.
Even then, it's not enforced. Like OSU versus UFT was a big match, but it wasn't streamed on the main channel, and I didn't even stream it just because I really wanted to focus on the match because it was a big match for us because we already lost to you guys.
I think it should be something like that. Like they pick it. I also think they should try to.
People were blowing me up in the CCL channel because I didn't stream it, just because I wanted to focus on it. So
I also think they should try to put every team on stream at least once. Like at least once. If you're playing in the league, you have the right to be streamed at least once, in my opinion.
That's I agree with that, but it's also
content is content. Like even if it's 2 teams that aren't like as good as the top teams,
like even if you had to do like us and like the stream match that we have is RIT Orange, like the 2 bottom teams who still on stream once.
And people hate on that game, but like seeing MSU White play a team like to their level that took them to Game 5, I enjoy watching that. Like to me, if it was bad gameplay, it was bad Call of Duty, but like I enjoyed it because it was a close game, and like at the end of the day, people say like, oh, like I lose interest. It's cool if you lose interest, but somebody that's never seen our league before, if they join and see like, oh, the concept of this is dope, even if the match isn't the best, they're gonna tune in, they're gonna keep watching, they're gonna follow the stream, and they're gonna like look into it and possibly even join the league. So like at the end of the day, I feel like it's beneficial regardless. And I think a lot of the teams don't see that, but I feel like that's something that we need to really hit home this season if we want the league, because the league already grew. Like the few streams we did,
They grew a
yeah,
bunch.
yeah. The
This year was
few streams
actually
we did,
insane.
exactly.
Like our streams were popping like all through playoffs.
We had a
Right.
CWL like cast our collegiate league
Yeah.
when there were 6 teams.
we had
the
like
year
4
before.
pros in like all the playoff streams.
Yeah, and I
Like,
like
whenever Humber was playing, Attach and like his 3 friends were all in the stream.
yeah, and I think like I don't know. I just think that's something that we
Fuck
really need
Humber
to.
there, innit? Sorry.
But nah. One of my last thing that I had was like I want to see like more inclusivity like within the league. Like I feel like a lot of teams were sort of like put in players, even were put on like the back burner because they weren't the top team. Like there was really like cliquey behavior this season. And we talked about earlier,
100%.
season 0 was more like family oriented. Like we all felt like I could get on and want to play with every single person in the CCL court. There was nobody I was just like, I don't want to play with that kid. He's a weirdo. But like there was so much like cliquey behavior.
Every day in season 1, I was like the opposite of that. Like I
Right.
look in the 10s waiting room.
Exactly,
see,
and I'd be like, I don't want to play with
FSU
them.
kids,
Right. Yeah.
like the other weirdos. Like I don't want to join that 10s lobby.
Yeah,
Like they're
exactly.
all weird. Like I don't want to play with those guys just because like they have a weird reputation. Like Nolsey, Gentry, like they're just weird guys. No, like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I'm not even
agree.
gonna say no offense just because
I
they're
will say,
fucking
Gentry
weird.
is actually not that bad if you talk to him a little bit.
He got
A lot of
better.
people give him shit.
But
He got
in
better
text
throughout the
chat, like,
season, but in
they
text
just
chat,
act
like
weird.
yeah,
Like stop being a fucking weirdo. Just,
like if
like,
if
I
99% of the things you have to say is like talking about another player or another team in a negative way or negative connotation, like nobody's gonna want to play with you. Like I don't want to play with
it's
you.
not even like the thing about me is that it's not even a negative connotation. Like they're just fucking weird. Like, I literally can't even describe another word besides weird. Like, it's fucking weird.
Oh
Yeah,
my
like-
god.
Gentry,
Like that's why I enjoy playing like our own 10s so much, just because
Yeah.
like everyone's cool with each other. Like
Right.
Back to
even
the
though
thing.
like I
don't
shot
feel like
Shaq's
that
body
now.
every time I kill him.
See, but
Adam,
Slacky,
I will say, I smoked you off that back frequency heady last night, though, bro. And I was gonna shoot your body, but then I got
Shaq,
shot
shut
in the
up.
back.
You're literally changing
Shut up,
subject.
Shaq.
But like, so
But,
with
like-
Slacky, like, well, think
You
about you.
understand.
You're in the in crowd. Like, you're all of us pretty much, maybe except Nixon. Like, none of us are in like that in crowd of like top tier players that people like respect. I guess per se. Like, like whenever you join a lobby, people like, no offense to you, but people kiss your ass. Like you, Poner, like they're all cool with you. But like, I'm talking about the reason I said inclusive is because like outside of that like regimen of players, people need to feel welcome when they play with us.
Yeah.
When people join the
It's
CCL
not like
Discord,
that, though. It's not.
right? It's not like that, and it should be. People should join and be like, okay, like I might not be the best player, but people are gonna want to play with me. They're gonna want to teach me and try to make me a better player. For instance, like a player on MSU White shouldn't feel unwelcome when they come play 10s. Like, yeah, they might get trash
I
talk.
agree.
But-
I agree with your idea, but I don't agree with the responsibility of teaching in 10s.
Okay, yeah,
I don't want
that's
to join
understandable.
10s and feel like I need to
Yeah.
teach.
Yeah,
someone
that's
else.
understandable. Yeah,
The thing that I have is the problem with the 10 sometimes is some people be stacking. I'm not trying to name names or something,
yeah,
but like they be stacking in a sense, and like no offense to like some of the players, but like we get unbalanced teams, and it's like either not fun for us or not fun for them, and like it's just unbalanced. And, like that's something you gotta think about it. Like yes, you're trying to have fun. You make it more competitive. Like get spread out the players, right?
yeah.
Don't be stupid and pick up 3 sogs, or don't be this, and just have fun like that. Just people be stacking too much. Like I'm not trying to name names. Okay, I'm gonna name names because yeah.
Do it.
Do it.
Poner, Matt, who was the other one? Oh, Slacky.
Mm.
Who was the other one? Oh yeah, some other kid. I don't know, but they literally picked their entire team that they were playing league play with, and like I
Yeah.
had Noah, I had Lunars, and like I had I forgot who else, but like I had.
Noah's I kill KDs or
And
whatever.
then the other
Yeah.
Noah, yeah, and then the other Noah, which is Lunars, my boy.
Okay.
Yeah, but like it's just like little stuff like that. It's kind of ruins the fun of it.
I don't know. I just feel like there was a lot of cliquey behavior this year, and like
Be-
Yeah.
yeah.
people can say like what they want, like like you grinded 10s or whatever, but it's literally it was based on skill level. Like I said, like no player
10s is always going to be based on skill level.
right, but it shouldn't be an environment where it becomes like exclusive.
Yeah.
So, like I shouldn't feel like okay, I'm not gonna be wanted in this group if I come play 10s, and that's how a lot of people felt. And so like I
agree to that. Even I feel like that, even though I feel
I feel like I'm not a bad
players in the
player, but I
league,
don't feel
like,
wanted.
I feel like I'm not part of like the 10s group in season
I mean,
one.
I've been getting picked.
Even though I
last
grinded
month.
10s in the beginning, but then like
At least
FSU
you've been
joined,
getting
like they're all
picked, bro. I've got
weirdos.
picked twice. The last 10 times I've tried to play.
But not even speaking like from my perspective, but like even just like I'm sure if teams like for instance if a player joins from Oregon or something like that, like they're not gonna get picked or people are gonna be like, oh, I'm not picking that kid, and it just shouldn't be that way, and people shouldn't feel unwelcome. Well, from that perspective, I guess
saying,
like
but like look at Matt. Matt's not even on the team. Like Matt Hunter or Matt Honcho or whatever his name is.
Right.
Like Matt's not even on the CCL team, but he always gets picked just because he's really good.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
he's very
I get
good
that.
Online.
No. Give me a second. He's very good online while
Online.
lagging. While lagging.
Online.
I got an entire
Online.
clip in the AGN like qualifier Twitch of him just across them.
But like that's kind of a counterpoint, but I agree. I do agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
See, like what Ricky just said, like Nick is dropping 60s 3 out of 5 maps and not getting picked. That's a problem. Like at that point, it is clicky. Yeah, it's literally clicky, and that I'm sounding like a broken record at this point, but yeah, to me the community is too clicky this season, and it needs to be more inclusive if we're gonna grow the league and grow our audience.
But I know it might not ever. I know it will never get there if it keeps growing, but it needs to try to be back to that family.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't even think it should be a family. It just shouldn't be as clicky.
We should all have respect. Like it's just a respect thing too.
Bro,
Stop being clicky and stop
being weird.
Yeah,
like we're all in a
stop being weird
college
COD kids, bro. Like, just be a normal fucking person,
Bro,
please.
you know what's funny? I think it was the first week.
Stop having egos.
Yeah.
You play online COD. Like,
it
sucks. Our league is online because like online COD is so much different than LAN. I feel like, but like, stop being weird because you're decent online and the CCL. Like, no offense even to the CCL, but like, it doesn't have the best competition.
Right.
It's just
Stop being weird, please.
It's not like you have like a full 5-man like of the same players. Like in my opinion, like you don't have like pro players in your team. Like you're gonna have like either good players and then like the average player. But the thing I wanted to say about the 10s thing, I joined the 10s lobby when I first got picked up. I was like, I want to see the level and see how people are. I was in that lobby, like I was in the waiting area for like a good 2 or 3 hours. No one picked me. It was the same people every single map.
Is that when you first joined though?
Yeah, that was when I first joined.
See, people don't really know who you are, then it's hard.
Yeah.
But if you said like
good point, like multiple 10s lobbies is a thing. Like you run a team. I don't know if you like proved yourself in league matches on stream yet, but like you can prove yourself in 10s or league matches. But
like the issue that you brought up that I do agree with is like it's the same people like getting picked every time.
It's always the same people.
Yeah, it's the same people.
Even when I was in 10s, when I feel like I'm a pretty good player in the CCL, like I was picked pretty late. If that.
Like it's not a problem being picked late. It's the problem like sometimes where like it's just the same people every single time.
It's very clicky.
And there's not. I'm not gonna say any names, but there's some people that get picked like on a consistent basis. That I know for a fact. Me, Adam, and Lycan are all like we're all better than. And I guarantee you we would get picked later on just because we're not like a part of that 10s clique per se.
The thing is like I want to be, but I don't want to be just because like people act so weird in like text chat in the CCL Discord.
Yeah.
And then like hang out in the 10s waiting room or whatever, and like I don't want to talk to you just because you're fucking weird. Like why would I talk to you?
One thing I would like to bring up is something that Polly's mentioned, and it's something I've thought for a long time actually. Like, you know, people when they start trying to get those 10s together, and this is when you can tell it's like clicked. When you start trying to get 10s together and you say like somebody will go in there and be like, okay, we need like 8 for 10s, okay? You know, one of your mid or low tier players, you know, might hop in there, wait like 35, 40 minutes to help the lobby get going, you know. But then automatically, when you say you need like one, or you get 10 people in there, and somebody sees you got 10 people in there, then you're gonna have like 5 of the top players, like just randomly who had shown no interest, just randomly pop in there, you know. You get what I'm saying? After everybody else has been waiting. Like, I just think that's BS in my opinion.
And I don't want to make it seem like we're saying like you can't have friend groups within the league, because that's literally impossible. We have our own group of friends that we play with, but like it shouldn't be so exclusive that people, like I said, don't feel wanted in that.
There's a good point in chat, like when Derek Fnatic is picked over Nick. No offense, but like,
yeah, that's an issue.
Derek is literally like an onliner and just sits in corners. Like, Derek is not better than Nick. I'm not even saying like.
No, yeah, Derek is.
I'm not even trying to be biased, but like Derek just plays fucking corners and like a weirdo. Same with all of GCU. Like Ricky Neox, you're a fucking weirdo too. My point is like they'd get picked in 10s over probably me and Nick. Yeah. Even though we're better than them. Like we know how to play COD better.
Yeah.
So you have more of that. Yeah.
Are there any other like player requests that y'all have?
The thing that would fix that is money 10s in the CCL. If captains paid money against the other captain, like people volunteered to be captains and paid like $5, even $1, anything, like I feel like that would fix that problem.
I could see that further, like separating stuff though too. I don't.
Well, you don't at that point.
I'm not even trying to be mean, Shaq, but in your case, it probably would, just because you would not get picked.
Yeah.
And free 10s, you might get picked. And money 10s, you probably wouldn't. I'm not even trying to be mean to you.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like that would further. Like, I feel like that doesn't prove a point. That just forms another clique. Like, because then you're gonna have.
It doesn't form a clique. It just forms the best competition, which is what 10 should be. 10 should be like a pickup lobbies to like shoot your gun against good players.
But like the problem with them is you get sometimes put in bad teams with bad things, and then you have an entire stack, and it's not.
But that happens because like lobbies filled with like good players and then low tier players.
If you play 10s, you will be playing around people that want to win, that need this cash, this money, and so they will give 100%.
That's why like I watch Pro 10s as much as like people stream it, and it's like
what the fuck is we trying? Shit.
Yeah, people are trying hard just because like one, the captains want to pay money or like want to make their money, and like the players feel like dependent on the captain because their pick is dependent on like the captain's pick. That makes sense.
Y'all have any more like player things that y'all want to see the players do next season, or is that it?
I got a problem.
Produce content, stream your scrims. Not a lot of people did that.
Start rotating early.
No one. If people are watching your scrims in the CCL, fuck off.
Bro, and then like the thing with that is people don't understand, like especially this season, like season 0 maybe not so much. Like when I first started streaming, but like this season, I've seen so many streams go up, like up, for like just from streaming like scrims and league matches, bro. Like so many people hit affiliate just due to CCL, and like it's literally a free avenue for you to grow your stream.
Dedicated stream guy did. Like we had a dedicated, like Goose was the only one that streamed anything UTK COD, and he hit affiliate like super quick. Just
that's what I'm saying. Like it's such an easy avenue for you to grow your viewership base, and people just don't take advantage of it. I don't know why that is. What were you gonna say, Shaq?
I can't.
Oh no, Nixon had something he wanted to say. I think.
I was gonna say like I've seen a lot of people like I go in Adam's stream, like I'm trying to be stainless and bits and everything and hours.
That ain't happening. I watch all the ads.
But I go in Adam's stream, like I'm supporting a friend. I even go on yours time, Serge, sometimes. Like I'm supporting people that I vibe with, that I'm cool with, because if you're supporting them, like gifting a sub or something, or subbing to Adam can grow his channel like in ways that you don't know. Like one sub can lead to another one because people will feel more comfortable subbing. And it's like, okay, he only has one sub, what's the point? But if you start subbing and your friends, you'll start growing a channel, and like it's your friends, like you only wish the best for them too. There's no bad blood and
same thing for me. I try to support anyone in the CCL as much as I can.
Yeah, even like
good people.
Literally, even some of the weirdos, like I still watch their streams and like still watch their scrims and stuff. Like I said, it's such an easy avenue for you to grow your, like I said, your viewership base. And I don't know why people don't take advantage of it, because it helps you, helps the league, helps everybody in the long run. So I agree with Adam. I think more content and streams need to coming out of the CCL.
That's literally the formula for COD, right? Like Optic
Yeah.
is the best example of that. They made
Right.
more content than anyone, and they're the biggest org by far.
Right, exactly.
So it's a simple formula that
People don't-
professional orgs or CCL players do not follow. It's so simple.
Yeah.
Like I understand when you're a competitive team and you don't want to stream your scrims sometimes because you know you're actually playing for money. You don't want people to like know your strats and everything. But like either ways, you're gonna know it. So like, why not just make like more people enjoy it? Because like
At the pro level, I feel like it's understandable at the
With
pro
like coaches
level.
and shit.
But even in if you stream
Yeah.
your respawn scrims, the only thing they get is your breakoffs. Other than that, it's so like
Right.
Yeah.
It's so
Very
hectic.
variable,
Yeah.
dependent.
Like, they're not gonna know shit. Like the only I understand S&D, but like still like
S&D obviously
Yeah.
don't
Never.
like stream that,
Don't.
but like
Yeah.
respawn is so like dependent on what's actually happening in the map.
Yeah.
It-
No game is the same, and no.
everyone was doing it in the
strats.
beginning, but
Right.
then people like one team Optic stopped, everyone else stopped.
Right.
It's-
Yeah.
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 Like I don't know. Like I used to like love watching those. Honestly,
I was watching
You learn
Optic
one.
scrims every night, and they
you
stopped
should
me
streaming.
too.
you learn like people don't. Take
I
advantage of
love
stuff.
watching scrims. Like I actually love
Yeah,
watching
I
that
love
shit,
watching
'cause
scrims.
you learn so much
much,
just from
yeah.
watching like a player who
Spots and
plays the
everything,
same
yeah.
role as you. Because
Yeah.
they obviously play more than you, so like they know a
And
lot more shit.
even
than you
if
do.
I feel like I'm better than the person, like just watching like the way people play differently than me, that play the same role as me, like like within the CCO, for example, like watching, I guess I'll say like Neox, like at one point I think Neox ran a SOG, and like just watching him play compared to how I play, just like it really, you might not like directly copy that person, but it's interesting to always see the different play styles, and I enjoy it.
You can also like
Don't
like
compare
adapt
yourself
those.
to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. No, I'm not comparing myself. Don't worry. I'm not comparing myself to Neox.
Because like I'm not gonna like lie. Sometimes like I'm gonna just say it, sometimes people that are not that good make good plays out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
Intentionally, and you kind of like, oh shit, that was actually
And
good.
like
Yeah,
even
yeah.
pros admit that they copy other players' strats. Like last year in World War II, Krem literally admitted that he copied Zuma's routes and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like
mhm.
Krem always watched Zuma's stream because he ran a sub last year.
Mhm.
So like obviously it's copied, but like
But you learn. It's like the whole
if
point of
if
COD
players want to copy it that much, they'll watch your actual like league matches or like matches in the tournament. That
Yeah.
it's going to
But we
happen
do
either way.
something wrong.
Right, and like let them. Like that only benefits
Yeah.
you.
Let
Like
them-
you get more
yeah,
views.
it-
Like
Yeah.
And the other thing I was gonna say with that is that
Yeah.
when people start like people don't take advantage. Like I'm not gonna say like not a lot of people have time for it, but like if they're streaming stuff and like tens or stuff, people don't take advantage of like formations and like and everything of the map and the people around it, and people just like take that for lightly. I'm kind of saying like there's videos you can get better, just people don't want to get better.
right.
And like there's no excuse. There's no excuse. Like I still believe there's hope for Shaq to become a top 3 meta.
Oh my
You know what?
god.
No, but going off of that, that's why I respect Karma so much, because like Karma doesn't play in like Pro 10s, but he's always watching. Like I don't
Yeah.
know if you like sometimes he's on the call like just fucking around with him, but like he
Mhm.
always is watching 10s.
Right.
If
Like,
you don't have gun
He
skill,
actually watches more VOD than anyone.
Yeah.
And that's why I respect like Karma
Absolutely,
a lot, just because like he's such a smart player, because he picks up on like other people's tendencies so much and implements them into his own gameplay
yeah.
that he's like he's obviously such
diverse,
a-
yeah.
yeah, 100%.
I was gonna say that for some people as an advice, if you're trash, just try to be smart. Like if you don't have the right gun skill, just be smart. There's nothing else. Like if
Yeah.
you can't gun with people, just be smart. You can't be walking around like a bot. Like at least
That's
have
why-
one of
yeah.
the both. Yeah, like if you have gun skill, you're not. If you don't play smart, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'd rather
That's
be
what I
smart.
tried to say earlier. Like I'm not even like trying to diss competitive COD players, but competitive COD is like pretty simple, to be honest. Like competitive COD respawn, it's pretty simple. You see where your teammates are spawning. The enemy is in the place that they're not spawning. You kill them and you like get control of the point. It's pretty simple idea. It's hard to get teammates like on the same page and everything. That's a completely different conversation, but I don't know. Competitive COD's pretty simple. Watch pros, watch how they play,
Yeah.
and like you will learn COD super easy.
Yeah.
Like my number one like tip to getting competitive players is like in World War II, any free time I had, I shot bots while watching like league matches or like past tournaments, VODs. Like I would literally watch COD and shoot bots at the same time.
Yeah.
Like that's how I was decent in the CCL, even though I just started playing competitive.
You get that mentality in you, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, I can talk to you guys all night, but we've been talking for 3 hours. Jeez.
Yeah.
Good content.
Yeah, we appreciate
I can
everybody.
talk about COD forever.
Oh, I
Man.
swear. Yeah, especially with people that I enjoy. Like I can talk about it all day. But we appreciate people in the stream watching. People listening on Apple podcast app. Thank you. We appreciate you. If you haven't listened to us on the Apple Podcast app, make sure you do leave us a review and a rating. We would greatly appreciate it. I guess everybody go through and tell everybody where can they find you guys at on social media. Adam, you can go first.
Just Advisor TV on every social media.
How about you, Nixon?
You know, my Twitter lacking on followers. You know, like if you want, if you want to, I'm not forcing you. You know, Nobulez NOBULEZ at Nobulez.
Jesus Christ.
You know, follow me on Instagram. I don't post, but like fuck it. You know, I'm here. You know, I'm at here. Shit, you know, NIX_G05. You
If
know,
you have to spell out every
Yeah.
People don't be, you know, they can't hear it properly. If I say, oh, Nick's on the
All right, go ahead.
How about
I-
you?
Yeah, that's it. Nah, I'm not trying to like anything. Oh, you want to send me free money? You know, my PayPal.
Oh my! Go ahead, Shaq.
So you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. I'm _Shaq. Snapchat, CF Shaq. 9.
Ain't nobody
You
adding you
know,
on
yeah,
Snap.
Check you
Go.
on OnlyFans.
Hope not.
Hell no.
What about you, Nick?
You can find me on Twitter at stainless_US.
All right, cool. So, and as everybody knows, you can find me on Twitter at sir_G_O, and on Twitch at twitch.tv/I'm Physix. So we appreciate y'all. Like I said, make sure you're leaving us a rating and review on Apple Podcast app. All the people that watched the stream, really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the questions. People that ask us questions on Twitter, you guys are great. I really enjoyed it. It's probably my favorite segment is answering all your questions. So yeah, we'll see you guys hopefully next week. Everybody have a good Independence Day, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.